Yeah, Zero's gotta get rid of one of their cats. Gotta rehome it. Yeah, Zero's been going through some stuff, and he's gotta move over the next year. They're trying to plan because apparently they've been priced out in the Denver area, apparently, or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what area they're in exactly. Whatever the area parts. I'm trying to dig that much into people's lives. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, and yeah, so they're moving to Chicago, from my understanding. Um, Not me. Shows live. Oops.
RollingDeez20's presents Philly by Night. Starring Liz as La Sombra Dr. Aretza Serre, Fair as Samdi Katora Baptiste, Ivy as Bruja Serenity Sanchez, Juice as Tremere Adelio, Mikey Mike as Bano Hakim Mingo, Lonzo Gonzo as Ravnos Oscar de Leon Ponce, and our weaver of disquietude and terror, Prince.
When we left our intrepid adventurers of Philly by Night, we had an adventure. They had taken in the doctor that they had intended to kill. They had gone on a hunt, essentially, for Amber, and now everyone's going to die. You know, that's how it goes in this show. So, welcome on in and prepare for RollingDeez20's Philly by Night. APT, I'm John. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. That's all y'all need to know. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night. RollingDeez20's John. Apologies for a little bit of audio overlap at the start. It's been a day, a week even. But we're here, and when we're here, we're family, or familyers. I don't know. Ignore me.
Welcome to the family.
How are we doing tonight? My wonderful coterie here. How's everybody feeling? Are we ready to go hunt down Amber?
It's all I've ever wanted.
This is iced tea.
Sure.
That's all I ever needed.
Believable.
Yeah. Tell me what to do now.
Have not. No, I have not switched to my stuff yet.
Dead. Sorry, that was boy band moment,
This is gonna be a weird one.
I couldn't seize on.
Yeah.
It is.
Listen. I almost died in my last game. So.
Well, let's keep up that energy. I like that energy.
No, that's okay. We're good.
We can just transfer the death onto Amber. It's fine.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to die.
Everybody's got to die the final death someday.
I refuse.
Yeah. No.
If only that was how it worked. So
I opt out.
Let's get into it. First, thank you to Roll20. We're part of their ambassador program. We are using their virtual tabletop for all of our dice rolls, character sheets, and NPC needs when I have them in there. And I don't have to make them up at random because my players just throwing me a doozy that I was not prepared for. Because little do you know, GMs are not prepared for every single option that players can bring up. We just fucking wing it. So if you're interested in winging it, but having all the tools you need to make sure your game runs, go to roll20.net. They will help you out. Number 2, as a content warning, Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night is an adult themed game with violence, gore, body horror, loss of character agency, mind control, gaslighting, and other adult themes.
Karens.
And Karens and Becky's and other horrible people that you'll eventually want to murder. The crew and I have safety tools in place. As you can see, Ivy has cards on display. Those are our yeah, everyone has a thing here. So we understand what these means. Tools are in place to make sure that we keep each other safe here at the table. You should do this for yourselves as well. If you find that something here is making you feel uncomfortable, please step away. We put all of our VODs up on YouTube, so you can check them out. We usually have them up within a day or two of them being here. So do check us out on our YouTube as well. And I think I need to we'll have to talk about this off stream, but we can use our vanity link now because we broke 100 followers on YouTube. So we should fix that as soon as possible. So we'll be at youtube.com/RollingDeez20's. But we'll get to that. But before we get to that, let's introduce our players. Going around the table, starting with Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I will be playing Dr. Etziser, your resident La Sombra, who's, finally having like a decent week. Oh God, I can hear myself. That's terrible.
You're even rolling well. It's wild out in these streets. Honestly. You're having too good of a time. I'm worried.
It'll all go poorly at the most opportune moment.
Most inconvenient for us time.
Next up is Fair.
Hi, I'm Fair. I'm playing Katura Baptiste, your Hakata social media influencer, who wants all of her good roles that Liz stole back.
That is reasonable. Ivy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm playing Serenity Sanchez, or Loca Bruja, who is uses she, her pronouns. I use she, they. And she's just along for the ride at this point. Like,
I would call it more than that, considering what Serenity went through last week. We'll get to that in our recap. Last but certainly not least, Juice.
I'm Juice. I'm playing Aurelio Valentin, our friendly local neighborhood Tremere. He, him, she, her.
Okay.
Yeah, is that
it?
Okay.
Juice's angelic smile. Just
I know, right? Like, I'm distracted. Anyway, I'm Prince. Also known as Devils and Dice, pronouns he, him. I'm the wrangler of cats, also known as the storyteller, which is what they tend to call me when we're playing the games. They don't say, hey, Prince, they say, hey, storyteller. So just be prepared for that to be my name for the rest of the show. So let's kick this off. Let's get us back into what we've done, what the people have missed. And Liz, take it away.
So last we left off, we had just fought like half a dozen ashed up Thin-Bloods. That had gone well. Morbius, I want to say it's Morbius with a T. Was like, look, I could kill you all, so how about we just don't do this? Katura agreed, and the rest of the group basically stood down because it wasn't our business, it was hers. We came to the agreement that he would raise Prince Cole from whatever Oblivion nonsense had been done to him, and he could go about his merry way. He said he was done, and that the Ash stuff, while interesting, really had not proven as useful as he had hoped. And he was leaving the Philly area. So we all go back to Katura's penthouse, which is mostly packed up. Crash out for the night. Aurelio leaves us, I believe, on that ride to go check out on her library and a couple other things. Night ends after a couple conversations are had. New night begins. And we all head over to Oscar's house. Oscar, who is still missing, who we have no information on because the other Oscar still has not returned. The Mortius is quite fascinated when we lead him down to our lab, and starts going through and finding all sorts of wild stuff, like a whale tongue, because I specifically remember Prince saying there was a whale tongue in a jar. He pulls out a vial and says, you guys should all, leave. Black smoke start coming out. We all get the fuck out of Dodge as he begins whatever project he needs to bring Prince Cole back. Snake Eyes is there. He yanked him out of the wall before all this happened, but Shade, however, not being one to let a secret go unspied on, turns invisible, goes downstairs, and watches him. Apparently a body popped out of some pocket dimension and is fed to Prince Cole along with some finger wiggling Tremere stuff. And he more or less comes back. I don't remember how he is restrained, but he is restrained because he is incredibly hungry. Katura goes outside, finds a guy who is yelling to his girlfriend in the house, baby, never again, never again. I promise that was the last time. Katura walks up, says, maybe one more time, leads him inside, feeds him to Prince Cole. Katura and him have a talk, I think. I don't remember too much. And basically he heads out knowing that he's got a lot of work to do. At that point, we pretty much packed up the car, packed up some weapons, and started heading towards New York. As far as I can remember, I think that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's Serenity connected with the other stuff. We found out what happened to Calvin and put to bed all of the TJ Serenity beef, which honestly was more the fault of Denal because he didn't bring all the information to the table. Serenity has a dating profile now.
Yeah. Put to bed the one-sided beef. The one-sided
Apparently
beef.
he didn't know. She thought he knew.
He was like, who are you?
Legit. Serenity didn't know that shit though.
He legit was on some, I don't really know who you are
I don't
or
know
why
her.
you got a
I don't-
problem.
I don't know her. Just full Mariah Carey. I don't know her.
Misinformation made it down the line is the easiest way to put it.
Also, I completely forgot about the please, baby, please, please, baby, please, baby, please. Oh, hold on, baby, one more time.
There was
God, I
also
forgot about
the post-credits scene.
With Oscar being released
Yeah,
from
no, I
Kane's
totally forgot
grasp.
that part.
Yeah.
Not from Kane's grasp, but out of his little cage, specifically by Kane.
I said out of his grasp, not out of his sight.
Yeah, Kane let Oscar know that he could have basically left when he wanted to if he'd have just did the thing that he was asked to do. Being stubborn doesn't always pay off.
Do you have one of those like what's it called, like those Bluetooth dog collars that you can like GPS coordinate the bounds of it, and that's basically what Kane did. It's like you can go, just don't go too far.
A shot collar for an Oscar.
Put a shot collar on Oscar. Hot damn. So
Probably what we need to do, to be honest.
let's get into it. You all are on a mission. Y'all are going to kill Amber. I vaguely have an idea why y'all are killing Amber, but mostly it's just on some I don't like this bitch shit. So I'm with it. So y'all are on your way to New York. However, I do remember y'all sending out a message that you're on a mission. So let's go to Aurelio. Aurelio?
I hate this part. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I promise you it won't be bad unless you make it bad on yourself. I'm giving you some options here. You've had a night to get some rest. Didn't decide to sleep in the penthouse with the rest of this crew as they decided to take in the good doctor or the not so good doctor. Definitely not good at all doctor. Or get a good chance to talk to him. But you did return to your place of residence. I assume going back to your apartment, perhaps the library, perhaps fun time, happy place. You know, you do what you do.
Oh yeah, I'm a little hungry. It's time for some consensual fun.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So my question was, do you go eat first off?
I would make a stop there first for I don't know how much time I have, and then the library and then home.
Cool. Was there anything in particular you wanted to pick up at the library? Because all of your deliveries have been dropped off.
Then yes, all of them. I don't know how many I got or what they have, but I would like to. I don't know that I would stay in the library to read them. I'll probably take them back into my like secret chambers at home to read a little bit more of and through, and figure out what I wanted to like start learning.
Okay. First things first, take your hunger down to 1,
Mhm.
and then make me a rouse check for when you get up the next day.
I have a question for you, storyteller. Do I know? I never really asked this question. I think I know the answer, but am I the only kindred I know that frequents this establishment for this purpose?
Yes, you're the only one that you know that does it.
Good. I better be. Okay, I'm hungry again.
Aurelio, Aurelio, Aurelio. You know, we can play both sides, top, bottom, whatever. But sometimes I want to be dominant, right? I want to be in charge. You should let me be in charge, just for now. Perhaps we can go take a bite of that juicy morsel that is Kelvin. You know you've wanted to do it for quite a while. Let's just be on the same page. A little bit more power.
Oh, we're on the same page. All right, so tell me what how do we make this happen? What do I gotta do? What are you gonna do? Let's make it work.
Look deep into his eyes and then tell him to kneel. You might have to use a little bit of sway to do it.
I don't think I will.
You know what? I like this side of you.
Well, most people like it when I walk away, but I'll take this compliment.
You receive a message from your coterie. They are taking a trip to New York.
Get in, loser. We're going murdering.
And loser, we're committing diablerie.
That's a t-shirt if we ever get there. The t-shirt if we ever get there.
I think do I have a history with New York? Because something tells me, like, I feel like if it's not me, that like Sophia definitely has some ties to New York.
Sophia
maybe.
absolutely has ties to New York, and you've definitely been on multiple occasions.
Yes.
Like, you might even have frequented more than Katura has, because Katura has people to go do that sort of business. She doesn't have to show up to places.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that you don't have people that could do this for you, but it's more fun to get your hands dirty.
Well, I think, and also I think like maybe not Aurelio, but I feel like I am known in certain circles in the city, particularly some of the nightclubs and other places in Jersey as well, in the New York metro area, I guess.
Yes, Jersey City knows you. And you don't have to talk to Prince Panart when you go there.
So yeah, I'll be a little curious and excited about this, and I'll see. I'll ask it like, what do you need from me? Like, how can I help? And when are you leaving / where should I meet you?
We're leaving right now. LOL. No, I'm kidding. I don't write like that. But like, we're leaving as soon as possible. We're currently at Oscars. It would going to pick up Aurelio be the opposite way to get to New York, or would it be on the way?
For the sake of funsies, let's say it be on the way.
We'll come get you.
Okay. So I'll get
Drop
some
a
of
pin.
my outfits that allow for, you know, stretchy movement, some lithe flexibility there.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I love Aurelio. Packing a whole bag to go murder someone.
Yeah, I got my weekend bag. For sure.
She would though. He would.
And yeah, so I have that, and I also, I have like a little outfit for fun, and you know, who knows, maybe we can all catch a show while we're out there. So I will be ready, and will be wearing a full-on like black like catsuit bodysuit with some like, you know, golden embellishments, shades, and a giant sun hat.
The sun hat does not fit in the car.
Absolutely not.
I love this and I hate it and I love it at the same time. This is everything that I want out of this scene. This is gonna be so good. Yeah. So y'all pick up Aurelio. And
I would have started like transcribing or like learning, or I don't know like what the rituals may entail, but whatever I would need to do, I would have started prepping the evening before and brought some of that with
for
me
sure.
to do.
Whatever rituals you want to have available and prepared, you do. I'll just put it like that.
Okay.
Y'all are in the car. Y'all have a 2-hour ride ahead of you. Is there
So
any
what I
talking
missed-
going on? Yeah, there we go.
Talk to me about what's going. I wish I could have stayed and talked with the doctor. There's so much I want to pick their brain about, but they seem. This is part of why I don't really hang out with a lot of Tremors. They seem to be very keep to themselves quite a bit. Any tea?
I mean, I'm sure he seemed open enough. He would have talked to you.
He's talked to me and he told me half of this stuff can only be done by a Tremere. And I like pull out my little notebook with my notes and I'm like this and like this and like this. Can't only Tremere stuff. So
He's
I need you
still
to learn it
there.
so you can teach me.
So
Which
after
we
we're
left him
done
with the
murder-
portal, which makes me
We-
a little nervous, but
You did
Yes.
what?
That's gonna come back and bite us eventually, but not right now.
Okay, so you left him with the portal. Who did you leave with him?
Snake Eyes.
I think Snake Eyes left or was leaving.
No, I think we
No,
asked him to
y'all
stay, I
sat
thought.
out Snake Eyes as the babysitter.
No, because he said he was gonna go talk to a guy about a dog. I was very excited. And he was
He
going
did-
to
he did say
Pennsylvania
that. He
and
was talking about
recommended that we
wolf
didn't
Oh, that's
come.
that's true.
You're
Does
right.
he know what the portal is?
we don't have a babysitter. We should really consider getting a babysitter.
There's ghosts in the house.
Yeah, there's ghosts in the house. It'll be fine.
Does he know what the portal is and does?
Considering it acted funky while he was there a little bit.
Active funky how?
No one came through. It just
Probably another Oscar is about to come through. Who fucking knows? Honestly, if another Oscar comes through, Mortius can probably just eat him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's actually not the worst.
And if
circumstance
Hippie Oscar
or
goes
condition.
back, Mortius can also just eat him. And that's fine.
Oh. Yeah, I'd love to be there for that though.
Damn.
True.
Well, sounds like you had a
So-
productive night. What's
I have a dating profile now. That's random but new.
I snatch
Oh.
Serenity's phone immediately and show Aurelia all her pictures.
Yeah, took the picture. She actually did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, okay, I approve. Good job. Like, I appreciate the catering, the profile, making sure that you're showing your fun side, but you're also showing that you have the maturity to you as well. Multifaceted. I like this. And like, let's check out the text. What does it say?
I didn't come up with one if you're asking me.
Okay,
That's a-
all right.
that's
Good
a-
job. You know what, Serenity? I appreciate this, and I think this is good for you.
Yeah, maybe some fun after. Also, I reconnected with my other self. That's a whole other spiel.
Okay. How are you feeling now?
Great till I remembered why the other me was mad. I was mad at TJ, even though he didn't know what the fuck was going on, apparently.
Well, you know what? Now it seems like everybody's kind of reconvened and integrated themselves. This is good for me because I can stop seeing double and I can actually focus on whatever's going on.
Also, I lost the dude I liked in both timelines. That's fun.
Has dealing with us just been like every time you see us dealing with bad 3D?
Yeah, it's like those the red
Oh,
and blue
no.
lenses are like constantly like flickering in and out.
That's the worst.
Or like
I'm
what's it
sorry.
called? Like what the people these days are like, what, about 30 years ago? It's all might as well have been yesterday. Those magic eye illusion books.
Like the little play cards that you do the when they shift the light.
No,
No, it's like
I
it's
turn the music up.
I used to get those in like Happy Meals and stuff.
I turn the music
distorted
up even more.
perception is basically the
Remember
the gist of it.
who's driving. Front seat is Gabriella and Paco. And Paco's in charge of
forgot
the
about
radio.
that. I forgot.
Yes, he tried to change the music.
You try to change the music, and Paco's
I bite him back. I said this last time. I'll bite him right fucking back.
back up and
And
get
guess who's-
slapped up.
And guess whose bite hurts more?
Is it like whenever we try and change the channel, Paco just like bites us and changes it back to Nelly Furtado? I'm like a bird.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. We kick Aurelio out. Just kidding.
Oh, the
You just
juice
kick
comment?
Juice out of the game. Okay, so we're heading to New York. Does this have anything to do with what's her face, with what's her thing on the what's her apps?
Yes.
Yeah.
The wild party, what's it called? The herd.
What?
What's it called? What's her
What?
Thrive Hive?
Such a stupid name.
I couldn't remember it. It's actually not
Mostly
that bad.
bots. It's pretty bad. Aurelio, do you want to be in this group? We're about to turn into Mean Girls. Do you want to sit with us?
Stop trying to make Thrive Hive happen. It's not gonna-
Oh my god.
This whole episode is just gonna be Mean Girls by Night.
Oh
Well,
god.
at
That's
least
so
we're
big,
not
so
Real
she keeps all
Housewives
our
by night
secrets.
anymore.
Incorrect, Liz. We are both.
Oh no.
Real
Oh, no,
Housewives is
indeed.
just a higher version of Mean Girls because they're all bitches on those shows.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
So what's the plan?
But yeah. Find her and rip her head off.
Great, works for me.
I don't even want to eat her at this point. I just want her to die.
Well, she probably
Maybe I'll
already has ash
use-
in her system.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna taste good.
I just want to rip her head off and drop kick it into the Hudson.
Hmm, I
Damn.
support that. Can we broadcast it?
I feel like that would give
Probably
me more legal
shouldn't,
trouble.
Yeah.
especially because we're going to be in a different Cam's territory. Also, we have like all sorts of people running around like 2i. We don't know where they are right now. Probably not for the best, but I feel like, if we want to record it for personal viewing later.
Okay.
I know plenty of people out there if we need any ins or to get around certain things. I don't know about how tight my relationship with other kindred is, but I know plenty of other folks that might be able to lean on if we need be.
Well, we've already told the sheriff that we're on our way.
Excellent.
And we're gonna go, we have to go introduce ourselves to the prince, obviously. That's just protocol. However, I did tell the sheriff Kadir why we're coming. And he said that maybe he'd keep an eye out for her just in case.
Hey, this is
Nobody
all,
likes an ash finder.
Everything sounds great. What could go wrong?
Don't jinx us.
Smash cut too.
You're probably wondering how we got here.
So, just for your sake, Katura, what you see on Amber, I dropped in Discord.
Okay, I have to open.
She's in a very fancy hotel.
Mhm.
I need you to roll me something. I want to see if you recognize this place. Roll me.
Okay.
I will say, what's an investigation? I think that's right.
Okay. As soon as I remember how this character sheet works, it's only been a week, but now I'm like, oh, where's my stuff?
Every time.
Every time.
Every
Take a break
fucking
and then we have
time.
to relearn it all over again.
Not bad.
3.
You've been here before. You know that this place has several different stylized hotel rooms. Upscale 5 stars. This is the takes you a minute. You're kind of like pondering it, and then you're like, Carlisle. It's the Carlisle.
Oh, they're letting trash in now. Never staying there again. I know where she is. Do I can I tell, like, would I be able to tell like what suite it is or anything?
With that many successes, I say so. It's the Empire Suite.
Is that the
You normally stay in the presidential suite, which is
Okay.
a little nicer in your opinion. Has more comfortable stylings. This is on some futuristic sort of modern shit that you don't really feel necessarily.
I call the hotel and I book the presidential suite.
Perfect. And just so you know, I'll again drop an image in the Discord so you have what the presidential suite looks like. It's a little bit more cozy looking, I think.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
yes.
pretty.
That is
See?
pretty.
I like
I don't know about that. This one with the lemon, the chairs that look like lemons. Oh, okay.
That's what I said. Some modern shit that's I do want you to also imagine in that room that there are other people. She is looking at other people in this room,
Oh, of
talking
course.
to them even. She is not by herself.
Anybody that I recognize, or is it just a bunch of thin bloods?
They don't look like thin bloods.
Okay. Do they look like kindred in general?
They do. They look like muscle.
Fucking pussy ass bitch. Okay.
They look like muscle. That part you can put together. Oh my god.
You have the fun pack.
I'm out. I'm
God damn it. I wasn't
we're
ready.
finished. End the game there. We're done.
That was perfect.
That's amazing.
Well done. Well done.
We tap out. Hold on.
Shit. Now I lost my train of thought.
Fuck.
I literally just got up to get a drink of water and saw that hat right there. I was like, I have to.
You have to. I
You have to.
appreciate.
No, absolutely.
This is why I love playing with you all. Shit like this.
You were saying that she has muscle because she's a punk ass bitch.
I did not add that last part at all. I said they look like muscle.
It was implied. Well, so I know where she is, and I booked us a room in the same hotel. Also, she has muscle with her, but that's okay because we also have muscle with us, and I gesture to Serenity and Gabs because those are the only 2 muscle we really need. I also have muscles, but I don't gesture to myself. Yeah. seems like she's trying to protect herself. Maybe she knows what's coming to her for once.
Yeah, we got anything to add?
Let's kill Becky.
How's everybody looking, like health wise? Because I know we did pretty good against the nonsense last night, but
I have one aggravated, but that's kind of it. So as long as I don't get hit with too much ag, I should be fine.
I fully healed myself last time.
I never remember how healing works. I have 1 superficial health damage and 2 superficial willpower damage.
You would have healed the both. Honestly,
Okay.
with a rest, you would have healed both.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm the only one with aggravated. Granted, I could do the
Ag
free
will
rest
not
next
heal over a rest. You need to eat, or you need to like purposefully heal that.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I did for mine. So.
Yep. So
All right, So I'm just probably gonna go in with the 1 ag because I don't know where we're gonna get snacks, or at least wait till we have snacks present.
Katura, when you call in to book this hotel, they first say it's not available, obviously. Then you say who you are, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Baptiste. We would have been better prepared if we'd known. This is very short notice. Is there anything we need to prepare for you in specific, or anything that you need?"
Just my usual fare, but also if you could just not mention that I'll be there. Just
Of
keep it
course.
hush hush.
Would you like to come through the
Actually-
side entrance?
I would love to come to the side entrance, and actually, if you could book my reservation under, look, what's Gabby's full name? You're muted, honey.
Gabriella Alonso.
Gabriella, thank you.
Okay, I'll ask them to book it under that name.
And we're using your regular card.
Yes, of course.
Obviously, the fee is going to be a little bit higher on the short notice. I just want to make sure
Yep.
that you understand. Thank you.
No
We'll make
problem.
sure that everything's prepared for you. We're working on it right now.
Thank
How
you.
long before
What is
you
your
get
name?
here?
A couple hours.
Oh, I'm Miguel.
Miguel, nice to meet you. Miguel, if you have a Cash App, I would love to tip you personally.
I'm not supposed to do that.
I know.
And he gives you his cash out.
It could just stay between us. But yeah, so I'll give him all the
Listen, he doesn't get
details or
opportunities
whatever.
like this every day. He's like, yo, if a celebrity telling me they're going to tip me through my cash app, I'm going to give you my cash app. I don't care
Yeah.
what my boss says.
And Katura tips generously too. Here's your paycheck here are your wages for a full month, honey. Enjoy. Tax
Oh,
free.
Miguel about to go get it in because Miguel is 26 and Miguel about to party. So
Hey.
Oh, and you know what? If you want to tell me which club you like, I'll put your name on the VIP list.
excuse me? You do that for me?
Of course.
He's like, can I bring friends?
Of course.
And he gives you a list of homies and the place he wants to go.
Yep, I do that. Whatever. And I pay for bottle service too. Yeah, he doesn't need to know that.
He doesn't even know. Oh, he gonna have him a great time. Miguel about to get it
Yep.
in.
Miguel's gonna have a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So you got about an hour ago on your ride. And once you're about, I'd say 15 minutes out, you get a message saying she's on the move.
I think this is from Kadir.
Mm-hmm.
Where is she going? Do you know?
She's taking the subway. I don't know where she's going. I'll keep an eye.
Thanks. We're about 15 minutes out, and we'll make sure to come by to see the prince first.
Cool. And so you make it into the city. When you get in, they are not taking. Kadir actually meets you like he said he would, because he planned to drive you in and take you to the prince personally. And he doesn't take you to where you expect it to go. Normally, they have like a art gallery that is normally the place for meetups, Elysium, that sort of thing. But instead, he drives you off into Midtown, West Midtown specifically. So you don't have to go far. You come in through Lincoln Tunnel. And not too far from where you are is the Rosewood Theater. And that's where he takes you. Now, this place is a club. They call it the most liberating club in the world. It is gaudy. That's the right word for it. It's gaudy.
Oh God,
just
it
so you
is.
can see.
I just Googled it.
Is it so do they do theater there? Is that what it's called, a theater, or is it just?
Ooh.
It's a club. It's not a theater. It's a club. That's what it's called, though.
This is
God.
this is ugly.
I don't know if I like. I don't think I like it. Why is there a
And
bathtub?
this is odd to you because what you know about Prince Panhard is she's not a gaudy person. Usually is fairly understated. She is not a sort of power flexing type of Ventru. So you don't get that this is necessarily a power flexing move. This is perhaps convenient would be the right word for it.
The way this place looks, it absolutely cannot be a power flexing move. It would not work on anyone.
And when you get there, you expect that it would be more people. It is a night, middle of the week, but it still should be this kind of place that jumps for some reason or other, be it private parties or whatever. There's literally no one else here. Kadir leads you in. You see her. Pale woman, short red hair. She's wearing the pantsuit combo. Heels. She looks very professional, which stands out in this place because, well, look at it. You've seen images. Doesn't seem right. She goes, "Good evening." And she looks around this place. Is this up to any of your standards?
My personal standards? It's not to my taste. No.
Not
She
my
looks at
scene.
the rest of you.
No, not my scene.
No.
I guess the question would be, is it up to your standards? Because that's what matters here. Does it not?
I'll just say
This is
it's
true.
Cute. Vintage.
I plan to gut it. I want to do a full remodel.
Oh, thank God. This absolutely is not your style. From what I've seen. Also, it's lovely to see you again.
It was a pleasure to see you again as well, Miss Baptiste.
Yeah.
What brings you into my city?
Some unfinished business. There's an ash finder in your town, and she's caused some problems for myself and my coterie, and quite frankly, a number of other people. So we're here to see her dusted.
That is a large ask if you understand how cities work. Be it that she's in my city, and while she's not brought herself in front of me, likely because Thin Bloods here are branded, she's still in my city. Therefore, she falls under my purview of execution, should that need be the case.
Understood. I apologize. I also have this letter of introduction. Not that we need introduction, but from the Prince of Philly. And I'll hand her the letter. Thank you, Liz.
From Cole.
Yes.
And Kadira comes and grabs it from you, hands it to her, and she peels off her gloves, sticks them in a pocket of her pantsuit. She opens the letter with just a little nail, flips open the seal, looks at it. Can everyone roll me wits and insight?
I don't
Would
really
it,
understand what that means, Liz.
I do. It's Hamlet.
Side comment. I don't know if it would be helpful, but I would like to lean into my etiquette if needed.
Yes,
during this
absolutely.
discussion.
I also took a dot. I also took a dot in etiquette. I forgot what kind of insight I think is better. So I'm gonna go.
Matter of fact, roll me charisma and etiquette, everyone.
Charisma and etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette.
Are we rolling both or just charisma and etiquette?
No, I want both of those rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
You said,
okay.
wits and insight first.
Wits and insight
what
and
you said?
charisma and etiquette.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, damn. All right. 5 successes for the good doctor.
Oh,
All right.
I might re-roll the wits and insight, but
And then
let
you
me
said
do the etiquette.
charisma and etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna re-roll the wits and insight first, real fast, because I'm curious. I don't know. So one more success, and then I'll do the charisma and
willpower is
etiquette.
for
You said
3 or 2 dice.
Up to 3 of your
up to
regular
3.
dice.
Regular dice, not blood.
yeah, not terrible for me.
So let's go through these. First, what was our can everyone tell me, so I don't have to scroll through all of these, what your charisma etiquette rolls were after willpower rolls? So 2
charisma and
for
etiquette was 2.
serenity.
Charisma and etiquette. Okay.
Yep.
I'm doing your willpower.
Charisma etiquette was 3.
Okay.
And then my wits and insight was also 3.
I think my wits and insight was 7 successes. It was all successes and 2 crits.
I saw. You have a
Okay.
messy crit.
My
But I'm
charisma
looking
and
for the charisma etiquette first, so I can.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My charisma etiquette was 2,
Cute. Okay.
I think. No, it was 1. Sorry.
4
Leads.
for Aurelio.
So Aurelio and Ari. Despite not really being in the Camarilla court very often, you know how to purport yourself to a prince. There's not a whole lot of pomp and circumstance in this particular area, but there is a bow sort of thing. averting of the eyes sort of thing. And definitely no flexes of power, which none of you have done. None of you have made yourself look like fools. But, some of you don't exactly know how to carry yourself in front of a prince that you don't have the same amount of familiarity with, particularly Serenity.
If anything, I would look more
Bruja's
the
gonna
eyes.
Bruja, and she sort of gives Serenity a look, which is just more like, it's not even a look of like disdain. It's just more like instant dismissal. Like, I look at you, I realize what you are, and now you don't exist, sort of thing. And you'll realize, especially with the high wits and insight rolls, that this is not like meant to be insulting necessarily. It's just that dealing with something like this would actually be, because of her role, beneath her. So she just doesn't pay any attention to.
Yeah, like she has priorities, and she's trying to sort out like who to pay attention to, because this is like,
precisely.
But also, she has people to deal with, people like
Serenity. And Kadir gives a sort of look of like ice cold danger. Honestly, it just brings off your danger senses when you look at him, Serenity. Like, he would fight you, and he would not be scared. But he's watching you. Because the prince isn't. She doesn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
When she opens this letter, though,
I would like to move over and like put a hand. I don't know. I don't want to be too brazen or too obvious or disrespectful, but I want to make some kind of gesture to like offer some help to Serenity, but I also don't want to invade your space by like touching you in any kind of way. Like,
Serenity just probably like takes like a half scoot closer to Aurelio and just has her arms crossed, like, this is not my element. I'm just standing here.
Okay.
What you notice, and I will say, looking at these rolls, by God, there's Aurelio with all successes is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes, and Ari with 5 successes, and even Katura with 4. Y'all notice when she looks at this letter, it is quick. It is just like a split-second minuscule thing. Her brow furrows and her lip curls a little bit. And then it's back to like a half smile thing. She says, Prince Cole must really enjoy your presence.
I'm sorry, I as a player, I'm like, how do I respond to that? Yeah, we've gotten to know each other over the years.
Are you part of the Camarilla Court?
No, I'm independent.
And she looks back down at the letter again. She goes,
I don't even know like what he wrote in this letter, because he
You
just
do
wrote
not.
it and sealed it.
You do not know what he wrote in this letter. She takes it, she tucks it in her pocket, and she says, Kadir, they're free to do what needs to be done. You have until the end of the night. Do not do any undue property destruction. And as always, uphold the Masquerade.
Of course. Sorry, that's well timed.
Then a random cackle in the background.
Sorry, guys.
You get
It was
It was
thematically
perfect.
appropriate.
Yeah, it was perfect. Prince Bernard, We are only here for this one thing. It is not my intention to cause any problems in your city.
You intend to put someone to the final death. That causes problems no matter where it happens.
Fair.
However, Prince Cold is called in a favor or a boon, if you will. And I will uphold that.
Thank you so much for your understanding.
Kadir, please escort them out. And Miss Baptiste,
Yes.
do you know any interior designers?
Oh, absolutely. I'll send you a list of contacts that I have.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you. I'll like do a little like I'll curtsy, whatever.
Yep.
And make my
Or it just kind of goes with it, like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do right now. Okay.
Kadir just
I think
shakes
if-
his head at you a little
If
bit, just-
Serenity hadn't done it, I would have grabbed her by the back of her head and be like, bow.
Yeah, that's what I was looking out for too. I was like, I would like clear my throat to try and get Serenity's attention and kind of like
I did
Role
it.
model what to do.
If I did
it was
that-
awkward looking. You did it. But this is not, you know,
This is not my
what you
realm.
do. Right. So there's a look, and Kadir just kind of shuffles you out. And he goes, to you, Katura, and he goes, hits his watch, and he said, you're on the clock. Good luck.
Thank you. I'll let you know when we've accomplished what we've come here for and we are leaving. Well, we might stay the night. I did book a room. Hope that's okay.
As long as you're done with the mess before tomorrow evening, you can stay.
Okay. Thank you. And get back in the car. I would like to look in the reflection of the window and see where the fuck Amber is.
Perfect. It's dark. Very dark, even. And it's loud. You hear the sound of trains going by. And then you see a shape form almost out of the shadows, but not exactly. And there's a hooded person comes up to him. He's like, you're in a dangerous place here, girly. She goes, you think I don't know what danger is? I'm being hunted, you idiot. You really don't value your life very much. And you see sort of like a glimpse of this face, and there's just like a milky white eye, and there's like clearly no nose there, and just kind of like a cricket mouth. You instantly know this is a Nosferatu. And
You could tell by the voice that it was a Nosferatu.
yeah, and he's talking like this because, well, he doesn't have a fucking nose.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, either people are coming here for information, and they come here to replace some of the pizza rats. Which one are you? She goes, I'm not coming here for either of those things. I'm coming here because one of you owes me something, and I came to claim it. And he goes, no one here owes you anything, honey. And then you just see a hand come from like behind her and just up on this thing's face, and it's just in the air. He goes, okay. I'll get the bus. Thank you.
Ew.
and they go on a walk. So they reach a door. And then there is a woman, clearly another Nosferatu, not as horribly disfigured as this one that you just saw, but the face is sort of misshaped, slightly crooked. You imagine that she was probably stunning before she got turned, because you see glimpses of it, and she still carries herself not with an ego, but with a confidence, that some people who know they're beautiful have. Exactly. And she looks at Amber and she goes, I figure you come for me eventually. And Amber's like, bitch, I didn't come for you. I missed you. And the woman gets up and she hugs her. She's like, you're only here because you want something. And she goes, I need your help. I need to hide down here. They won't come down here for me. No one will know I'm here. You realize that all of the other Nosferatu fucking hate you, right? You're like a walking masquerade violation, tech violation. You're basically everything that they hate. Just because I like you doesn't mean that they will. But you're their boss. You're the main, you're the HBIC. Amber, if I look out for you, you're going to owe me. She's like, anything you need, Olivia, I got you. The whole Thrive Hive got you. She's like, fine. I missed you. Sit down. And they proceed to just chatter about nothing.
Just based on who she's talking to, and like you said, it was dark. She's in like the subway tunnels?
You
or in the
very confident that she's in the subway tunnels. You can feel the pull of this power telling you she's in the subway tunnels. And the room that she went into where she met this Nosferatu woman is nice. It is well put together. Someone took the time to make this place livable. It is basically pristine. Roll me a wits and awareness, though.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna rouse my wits
Please.
because I want to know where this bitch is. Okay, I think I passed.
Success, Guardian. Success.
Oh my god. All right. That gives me an additional 3 or 2.
2.
Five successes?
5 successes. You notice it like after the conversation, it really starts to click on you what you are seeing in here. In this room, you see posters, movie posters. There is several of them. And Olivia sticking with you. It's like a name that itches at the back of your mind. And then the posters sort of click. They're not movie posters. the theater. She was
Mm.
Broadway. Olivia Jane Johansson. She was up and coming star. She had been doing it, doing Broadway back in the 70s. Then she disappeared. There was a whole big case looking for her. No one could find her. Soon dead, taken, or worse.
A little bit of both. A little bit of all of it.
A little bit of all of it. You've even seen her on stage. She was great before this happened. You don't know how she would know Amber. That part doesn't really click. But you do know why she'd be here. She misses it. There's no place like New York for this sort of thing. And that gives you a reason to understand how she came to power in this area too. Or at least a small area that she might be in, because she's been here for a while. People know her and respect her.
Okay. Probably under this, like in the subway tunnels under Broadway, I would assume.
Good old guess.
Can we walk by the posters?
No.
Okay.
Which poster are you trying to look at?
All of them? I've always wanted to go to Broadway just to see a show.
Tomorrow night. Not right
Tomorrow
now.
night,
Right
sure.
now we're hunting.
Tomorrow night, but we're not seeing Hamilton.
Serenity
Okay.
is wicked.
I will eat all of those people.
Okay.
As we're driving around, though, there's probably plenty of posters to like.
Oh yeah, driving through like Times Square, Broadway area. This is, I mean,
awful. It's the worst place in the world. It's
honestly,
so bad being in Times Square. No.
There's also while
as a
Serenity,
non-touristy type.
yeah,
But if you're into this shit, this is the best.
I imagine like Serenity looking out one window, checking out all the posters for Broadway shows.
She's like a kid.
Aurelio's-
She's like a kid in a candy store looking out there like, oh my God, I've always wanted to do this.
And Aurelio is looking out a window on the other side. And I'm specifically looking for like club promos or like marquees or like signs for clubs, any place that has like drag race viewing parties, posters that announce parties that drag queens are hosting, stuff like that around the city as well as we're driving around.
Broadway and drag queens. That sounds like my kind of night.
Just to kind of see like who's keeping up the scene after all these years.
There's a lot, honestly.
I'm not asking you to like give me a list. That's just what Aurelio's doing.
Sure. But you definitely see that there is a lot going on here, particularly in the area around Times Square. There's even one place that I know of, the Diva Royale. But yeah, you get through this area, and then you realize, well, y'all gotta find somewhere to park, because that's going to be the complication here.
Yeah.
Anybody who's been in the Times Square area trying to find a place to park is an absolute goddamn nightmare and
Most
incredibly
people go on walks.
expensive. So let's have some fun with this, I think. It is, you are a person of means, obviously, Katura. You could just go to your hotel, though it is a little bit out of the way from here. Or you have powers. You could convince someone to pay for your parking or take the car and make sure that it's safe.
Mm,
You could probably tell someone to guard it with their life and they would listen to you. They probably wouldn't eat, sleep, or drink. But again, so could Aurelio. And, you know, Doctor Sarah could probably just take your car into a fucking shadow realm. I don't.
I don't know what that would do to the technology, but that can't be good.
no.
So we
definitely
don't
not.
have Gabby and Paco anymore?
No, you still have Gabby and Paco. They're
But they have to
driving.
come with us.
Why don't we just jump out and then, I mean, no disrespect, Paco, but we're probably going to be handling this without Paco and Gabby, right?
I think we brought Gabby specifically because she
For
is
this
a
reason.
fighter and strong.
All right.
I think
Paco legit looks into one of the purses, grabs a strap, and just like lifts it up. Does some like, you see the bird muscles popping out a
Paco,
little
put
bit.
that down.
you know, let's do a little bit of getting somebody to take care of the car for us and using money. There's a garage down the street, valet parking. I will have them move somebody else's car if I need to. I just googled this. There is one in Times Square on Broadway.
I know there is.
Yeah.
I walked there enough. It's not cheap parking, but there's definitely parking. So you get to the parking lot
Money's never been a problem for me.
and they're like,
Very true.
that's a weird bird, man.
A peacock?
The other guy just does.
Yeah.
Like the other one's sitting over there.
Cock is in the name, right? It's really funny.
Is he holding a gun? Or is it a he or a she?
Paco with the guns.
It's ready. Paco, put it down. Paco, put it down. Put it down.
Give me this.
Do we
This
want-
is why we always get in trouble. You always doing some shit.
We do know our little cops right now. She's just
Children? Oh, it's just a toy, like a chew toy that dogs have, you know.
Birds use chew toys, but they don't got teeth.
Yes,
some of
they
them
do.
do.
Met a goose.
Oh, I seen one of those YouTube videos. The goose teeth is horrible. It's like some nightmare
Anyway, is there any parking available? We're here to see.
shit. No, we're all full up.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Even for Couture Baptiste?
They look at each other and like, who?
I have
You could tell they're
Watched
kids.
Aurelia.
They're maybe like
Yeah.
19, 20-ish. These
then
are
they should absolutely know who I am. Anyway, I've been friends with Aurelia for some time now, and I've taken a couple pages out of her book, and I will use awe. I'll activate my awe.
okay.
Week. And then let me see. Hold on. What power? Where is my fucking character? Sorry. It has been a day. And I guess I just want to like try to convince them to like move a car out of the garage and let me park there.
Roll me charisma and
Okay.
persuasion.
Okay.
And we'll
I
add
think
2
I add
to it.
stuff.
Well-
Okay.
Yep.
yeah, you're stunning.
My stunning looks. I think yeah.
So
Well, no,
stunning,
obviously-
then add 2, then add another 2.
So 4.
So I 4.
So
total.
4, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm in a willpower. That's not great.
That is 10 dice rolled and 5 successes.
5?
Average.
On my willpower.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
So let's make that 7 successes. The 5 did it. The 7 crushes it. They kind of stumble
kinda
over
let
each other,
myself
and they're like,
like,
I mean, there was that one asshole. We could just like get his car towed. It's a fucking Ferrari, man. And they're like, that's all the more reason to get it towed. He's a dick. And then they look at you and they go, Miss Baptiste, can you? We want to do this for you, like we really do.
of course.
But we're on camera, and my boss will definitely fire me. Is there anything you could do?
To the cameras? Yeah. I look at Ari. One moment. But this does stay between all of us, right?
Yeah,
If I were to
anything for you, for sure, absolutely.
Ari?
I mean, there's only so much I can affect. Like I can take out 1 or 2 cameras nearby me, or I could black out the whole block. But
is over
Yeah,
just go walk past it.
just go touch one.
there. There's nobody
His
in there right now.
monitors.
They just keep the thing on.
All right. Well, I get out, stretch.
Well, can we?
Is it like obvious I'm going and looking in the security office, or is it like as you're walking out of the parking garage?
So you know how you have a garage? You have like the bars that come up. There's like a little place for the valets to sit in. On the other side of that is a door, which is very obviously a security office, essentially, just
Okay.
inside of the building. So
Okay,
someone would
cool.
obviously see you walking by or stuff like that.
Ginger, looking for
What
the
they do is they go, you lady driving the car, just turn it over that way. Gabriella's like, these fucking idiots.
And
She
I
turns
very
the car.
quietly
So it blocks out like sight from the street directly. And they do the
very
kind of thing
quietly-
like in a movie where they're trying to block off a person from being seen behind them, or like, you know, when some like you got a friend peeing in the street and you kind of like block them, but you're not actually blocking their person. It's very obvious what's happening behind them. That's the kind of thing they're doing.
Okay, so I look at the 3 of them and I'm like, I'm going to need somebody's phone to do this.
I'm coming.
Does Paco like splay his feathers to add to the blockage?
Like,
You
she just-
know
she just
this.
she just
Paco is like out and just like walking in front of the street to like take some attention off. Paco is basically using Paco.
Oh, fuck off.
Paco.
Akko's being
Fuck
just
off.
silly.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and I guess Serenity's coming with me, and I will take the phone and I will do clicky clickies like I am a master hacker, clicky 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 as I stand by the door, and I'll activate
it.
shadow cast and I'll just black out the security office.
Roll me intelligence and technology.
Oh, you're gonna bust my phone, aren't you?
Your phone's fucked, dude. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's the good one,
It's-
one from Oscar. So
It's fine. As if Oscar doesn't have $1 billion somewhere in that house.
Probably.
Tell-
Also,
Intelligence.
Paco's still carrying a gun. So,
Paco.
you know,
I would have
this is
taken
New
it out
York.
of his mouth.
Honestly, people are just doing the thing that New Yorkers do, is recording
Dope.
the random dumb shit that you see, but no one's actually stopping. They're just kind of like walk, camera. It's a fucking bird with a gun. There's some shit you only see in New York. If it was an alligator, it'd be Florida. New York for life.
Rude reach.
Paco's
got
got a
one.
gun.
Excellent. Serenity, your phone's fried.
Yeah.
It's not recovering.
Oh no,
But,
sad little
uh,
I just got that back. My profile back.
you
Well,
you
that
also
recorded.
like smell a slight smell of burning, but it's not like a fire burning, just more like something burnt out burning.
Like the chip in the inside broke.
And then one of the dudes goes and grabs a car, takes a Ferrari, literally parks it, like double parks it on the street, giggles, and then they take your car into the garage.
Teamwork.
I
Oh,
will.
do I have to-
I will tip them in cash.
How much cash do you have on hand?
Mind your business. You never ask me how much cash I had when I'm bankrolling you, are you?
Well, you said that like Serenity would actually give it. That was more
All
of
right,
a,
roll
oh
me a
shit,
frenzy
okay.
check.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
God damn. Sorry.
Oh
I'm
no.
not near you. That wasn't a question for you.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Oh.
Guys.
So, all right, normally your little shadow hunger things does not really affect anything. It's usually not a problem. However, you just went and did a thing. You also aroused and you got hungrier. You haven't been thinking about this, but like if you did this out in public, what would be the case? Well, now you're finding out. Ari, you're not in a full-on frenzy. It's not what we're doing this for. This is more of just how in control are you of your shadows, Ari? And you're not. Let's be real, you're not.
This is the repeat of us going and trading Delroy for the gun where it just destroys the house.
It's not so bad. But it is fucking weird. But here's the best part of this, right? You're in New York, right in the middle of Times Square, down just Manhattan's weirdest shit you see. And you look like, you know how Super Saiyan Aura has like the golden sort of charging up thing popping off. Instead of that, you have smoky shadows coming off of you.
We're in there. Can I just close the door? Or is this a?
Oh, I didn't open the door.
Oh.
I was just leaning against it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Oh, we weren't in
No,
the
this
room.
is-
Okay.
This is just Ari having a moment. And people go stop paying attention to Paco and start paying attention to you. Lucky for you, you rolled really shitty on your technology roll.
Phone's fucked.
Because
Everyone's
had you
phone's
rolled
fucked.
good, people's phones would have been okay. Unfortunately, when they go to take pictures of you, it's not working. They just get static. No, like, yo, man, is she like radioactive or something? Is this like
You should
superpower
leave.
shit? Is this bad? Like, are we in like a comic book? Is this? Are y'all working for Marvel Comics?
I fucking eat them. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
The
new
fuck?
concept. Keep moving.
Fuck what the prince said. We start slaughtering everyone in Times Square.
Yeah.
I hear the comments about Marvel, and I take advantage of that moment. I don't fucking know why I'm doing this. I will invoke my cat's grace celerity to like pull some fucking like Marvel like balancing on some kind of hand railing or some shit to like draw attention away from her.
Roll me.
The look that that Prince just gave is exactly what Katura does.
Roll me.
But as I was saying, you couldn't see because I had the lens down, but my face looked like that while I was speaking.
Roll me
Why
dex
are
and
these
athletics.
Why can't
And
I stop
take-
these words from coming out of my mouth?
Take a +2 because I like this.
You said Dex and athletics, or what would you
Yep.
say?
Dex and athletics and take +2. Take 2 extra dice.
All right, let's see. What does Cat's Grace actually let me do? Ta-da.
I know what Cat's Grace actually lets you do, but we're gonna stretch
We're gonna
the
roll with
rules
it.
a bit.
Okay, cool.
You're a storyteller.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember what it does. I didn't know if I had to like add any dice. Nope, it's separate. Do-do-do-do.
A bit. So Aurelio,
Mind you, keep in mind, I'm in a black cat suit. I fucking throw the fucking sun hat off and I pretend I'm fucking Catwoman. I don't know.
yeah, I'm gonna go with you balance on the little thin like
Fuck
beams
my
they
dude.
use for blocking off getting into a garage, and you just jump up on one of those and begin to like, I don't know, tightrope sachet, dance, whatever, in your cat suit. And this does draw some attention. It does.
I
well,
quote
well
Marvel
distracted, I
lines or
shoved.
some shit.
Do you
I
use
shoved-
awe?
Sure, why not?
Perfect.
I just want
So
to say
defeated at this
Katura
point.
has left. She's not here anymore. She's the
No.
What I'm
circus.
doing.
So
she's
the
not part
only
of the
two of you
circus.
who are there are one of the valet drivers there. There's Ari, and there is Aurelio. The rest of you have like stepped away while they're parking the car. Gabriella was not about them parking the car without her being there for whatever reason. And Paco is just being Paco and attention whoring right now because it's New York and this is his show, baby. But y'all managed to get the attention off of Ari until Ari can get shit calmed down. But that was definitely a masquerade violation. We're just
We
gonna
have
to
lasted 15 minutes.
put that out there that definitely happened, and hopefully no one gets caught for this.
Well, I mean, how could they get caught? Everyone's phone broke.
We think.
Their phones didn't break.
They're just static.
Serenity's phone broke because Ari was holding Serenity's phone. Everyone else's phone just got real funky staticky when they tried to record Ari.
So it still
And
exists.
Someone literally goes, "Is this Marvel's new way of doing like NDAs?"
Somebody got cloud memory by chance?
Yes.
I do, yes. How many
Give
people?
my one here.
There's too many people to try to cloud memories.
Yeah,
It would
there's
be.
I thought about forgetful mind, but that's too
It
much.
is too many people. You would literally just be like, "Get in line, bitch. Come here, cloud." Then someone would be like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm going to
Just
this
call
drag
out,
show." Like,
Line.
Like, no, yo.
and then you got the valet driver like, "Holy shit, I'm in a Marvel movie now. Where's the cameras at? Y'all got drones?"
Y'all,
What's
you remember
happening?
like Blair Witch, how it was all like found footage and stuff like that? It's a take on that. They're like
Marvel's
super,
doing
super
horror
small.
movies now? Because like I thought the Doctor Strange was supposed to kind of be a horror movie, but that wasn't really a horror movie.
It wasn't really horror,
Yeah,
yeah.
they didn't really
So,
commit
I
to
mean,
it.
it was horror given the cast, but yeah.
Ooh, that's savage. I like her. You said Katura Baptiste. Are you on social media? You do
Hmm.
TikToks?
I do.
Never heard of you.
That's fine, honey.
We're done.
It is fine. You gave this a big tip,
Yep.
and you
I'm
kept
gonna-
us out of trouble.
And I'm going to give you another big tip to not talk about this.
Okay.
And I think at least for the valet drivers, I will use cloud memory on them to like forget that they saw what are like Ari and shit.
Cool. I'm not gonna make you roll. This is easy peasy. They're not ready for this. Mission accomplished. Car's parked.
All right.
Gabrielle comes back down. The other guy comes down. You cloud his memory. And Gabby's like, Is Paco still strutting? Looks over. Hey, asshole, come here. Paco struts over to Gabriella.
Aurelio, well, whoever's nearby, it's like, fucking bird. I'm not used to being outshone by anybody.
Oh my God, Katura. It's gonna slap everybody.
And can we go do our
Let's just
job
go do the
now?
thing. Yes,
I
let's
would
go.
love to.
And we'll get to that right after we take a short break. So thank you all for joining us. This is Philly by Night at Rolling These 20s. VTM John. Or joint, since we're in New York right now. Tim's and all, baby. We're gonna take a break, gonna run us some ads, and we will be back in about 7 to 10 minutes. See y'all when we see y'all. Peace. Back. Hello again. Welcome to Philly by Night. I RollingDeez20's John. When we left off, our characters were sashaying outside of a parking garage in Times Square.
We don't talk about what happened 5 minutes ago.
So that just puts everything into perspective of what's happening in this game. So they're on the hunt for Becky. That's what we call it. I know her name's Amber, but she's a Becky, and so that's what we're doing. I suppose this is part where it gets complicated, right? Because you need to get into the subway tunnels. And Times Square subway tunnels are not exactly without people.
They use kindred iconography to see if there's any inkling of tunnel entrance ways that like Nas or other folks may use. Gangrel maybe, that may be like off the beaten path or kindred friendly, I guess. I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Wits streetwise +3. Because I like this this play. I like this a lot. Holy shit.
You willpower, you willpower.
Hell yeah,
That
willpowering
is,
that shit. It's because I'm in New York.
1 success on 7 dice. Yeah.
We don't
8
talk about
dice.
it. We're not gonna talk about that. Okay, rerolling this. Oh shit! We just did this like 20 minutes ago. How many dice is it? 2, 3?
3. Three successes.
I'm okay with failing.
No, this is not a failure. 3 is a standard number for success. Just trying to find the best way to frame this. Nas have been here. You know they have tunnels and different ways to get down. More likely than not, in this particular area, it'd be like a side alley or, you know, a delivery way where there is a dropping through a sewer.
Theoretically, now feel free to shoot this down. Could there be a church equivalent here where I'm looking for subway entrances or tunnels or passageways to lead to like their version of church where they may gather, and that way I get a little bonus of like more dice.
I'm going to say no because you rolled so
Forgot
many
to
dice
warm up
just
before that
now.
stretch.
But I will say this: you do find an entrance. It's just you are going to have to go through source to get there.
Just don't breathe.
Now, the other way would be get out of this particular area of town. Get a little bit further out where there's less people, or drop into doing some wild shit like go full on Spider-Man, get into a subway, go out of one of the passageways between cars and climb on top of one of those motherfuckers and drop off.
With the rolls we have had tonight,
None of us
would be left.
I am letting you know all of your options. I'm not saying you should do this based on how you're rolling, but you have options. So right now it's sewers. Get a little further outside of the Times Square Broadway area. Or, catch a ride.
How much time do we have left? Like
a few hours. You got a few hours.
Okay.
Because y'all got an early start.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say something one time about going into the sewers or the tunnels or something to look for some friends back in where you came from.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you could lead the way?
Those were Philly tunnels, and I barely made it out of those alive. But yeah, sure. I go down first.
Okay.
Can I
go down first?
Can I use my oblivious sight to take a look down there?
Yeah.
Or does that only work through magic darkness?
Oblivion sight.
No, it works on all of it if I remember.
I think that works on all darkness. You can see in the darkness.
Okay, well, I would remember how going head first without looking first went last time, and then look down.
It's not very far down, maybe about 15-ish feet. There is a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look particularly like you're jumping straight into raw sewage, so that's a good sign.
I follow with Sensi and Scene up.
Don't
sound more excited about it.
They're just like, if it makes you feel better, I can hold your hand. I don't know if that's good to anything.
I start going down the ladder, but my sun hat gets stuck in the hole of the manhole cover. So instead of a manhole cover, it's just my hat now.
Right before you drop down, Serenity, you do see Gabriella go. She's like, "Girlie, I love you, but no." And Paco's also
down.
just like,
absolutely hell no. You're here, you're coming. Get your ass down here right now.
I want to go to Applebee's or something. Like, this is
We can
terrible.
do that tomorrow. Get your ass down here right this fucking second.
You can turn off your smell. I can smell it from up here. Oh.
Do I look like I give a shit? Get down here. I will buy you all the ice cream.
That will never make up for the smell.
In defense, we could go 4 blocks out of the tourist traps and find a hell of a lot less people and not have to go in the sewers.
Right, but how much?
Please, I'd like to do that. Paco's like shaking his head. I'd like to do that.
4 blocks is not that long of a walk.
Okay, then let's go.
Walking down the street.
Okay, then I get back up. Bring Aurelia back up with me.
You just hear Gabriella say a little prayer on nerve wrath, and Paco just go.
There wasn't too much already down there, so I should still be presentable.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
But you do got a little bit of a scent on you.
No different
think-
from how people in New York smell.
I was
also.
say it's you smell like a New Yorker.
It's pretty
Good on
stanky
you,
place.
But yeah, you take a little scroll. Let me see. I have a map up very intentionally for this. Da-da-da-da-da. Perfect. You're right over in this area. All right. So yeah. So we want to get you to here. Okay. I know where to go. So you do have to walk a few blocks. It's slightly out of the way. It's not like you're going to have to go way, way far out of your way. And the iconography, knowing the iconography certainly helps. Again, you see, I would say, Aurelio, that type of entrance that you would have gone through, it's like an emergency escape. This is not a place that people are regularly taking trips in and out of. This is a, oh shit, someone might see me and I'm a Nosferatu. I probably shouldn't be here in the first place. Or, oh shit, the sun's coming up. Let me get underground ASAP sort of situation. This is not, hey, this is where we go in and out and hang out sort of people's situation. But once you get a little bit further out, a little further east, which is, again, slightly out of the way, you find a subway entrance that is not as crowded. Kind of place where you could cloud a couple of memories and keep it moving. And I suspect that's what you do. Yes? No? Maybe so? Just to make sure. Cool.
Yeah, I'll absolutely cloud memory as I need to.
If you've ever ridden a train in New York, there's a lot of space under New York City. Like where the trains aren't running. If you ever just look out the windows, you see there's other tracks, tunnels sort of branching off. It's a lot going on. Whereas somewhere like Philly, it is mostly just walls, slight place for some trains to switch tracks up if need be, and an exit here or there. But there's not much else to see. And you get down here, and it is kind of like catacombs. Lucky for you, Aurelio, it does know kindred iconography. Otherwise, y'all might get fucking lost. Yes, you could follow the train tracks from one place to another. That wouldn't be hard. But what I mean by lost is you'd only know north, south, east, west, but going to try to find something particular, you wouldn't get anywhere.
No.
Aurelio, having Sense the Unseen up, it doesn't take you long before you realize y'all are certainly being watched. It's not surprising by any means. You are in their territory. This is clearly the land of the Nosferatu. You don't necessarily get approached because there's 4 of you, and a random kindred in the sewers is probably not going to approach 4 really strange individuals being in the subway tunnels that clearly don't belong here. Please, if you're in
Excuse me, there are 5 of us. There's 6 of us.
I'm sorry, 6 of you.
Gabby and you
Yes.
better put some respect on Paco's name.
I think that just confuses them more.
Absolutely does. There's a fucking bird that does not look like someone's like Rena Famulus. No, it's a peacock.
Paco's probably on Serenity's shoulder.
And there's a solid guess there's a ghoul, but this ghoul looks This ghoul looks like a fucking native New Yorker. There's clearly very little fucks to give from Gabriella being down here.
I've also I'm imagining there's a way to have like undone at least the top part of my cat suit, because I would like to expose the tattoo that I have on my back that was done by Edith. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Fellow Nas. So I'm kind of doing that as like, I don't know if they would recognize it, but I'm hoping that might help us.
The Painted Lady. We'll get to that. So you're going for a little bit. Serenity, roll me with an awareness. I love how like your whole face disappears except for your eyes when you get that close to the screen.
I don't have to. I have
It's
to hold
so
my head up in a
funny.
really weird position if I did otherwise. Sorry.
It's just funny. I was
gonna say I kind of want to. Can I rouse my wits?
You absolutely can rouse your wits.
And I also will activate. Oblivion should still probably be up because we're in darkness. Probably.
It's not so dark that y'all can't see. There's a lot of lights down here.
Oh, I have
surprising amount of lights. Oh, serenity. You know there's danger here, but you laugh in the face of danger. You eat danger. We eat danger. You have your ghoul. You don't need the rest of them. Just finish them. Aurelia wouldn't even see it coming.
I'm also gonna willpower that.
Just feast. Plus the catsuit. Well, there is the whole blood plague thing, but like you're strong enough to overcome that. You can overcome anything. And then you could eat Ari last. I don't think she cures you.
Let's let them get within punching range first.
You don't see shit, Serenity.
Yeah.
Until very odd things happens to you. And Aurelia, you hear it even though you don't see it. Serenity, you're walking and walking along with the rest of the group, and then something literally picks you up from the ceiling. It just kind of drops down, hands on your shoulders, and then you're up in the air.
Claws?
And,
human hands?
Looking at the face, you instantly can tell that is a Nosferatu. And it is, you get the idea this might be something that is feral, perhaps, or maybe just having a moment. Hard to tell.
This how you do normal new introductions?
You see, there's saliva falling on your face. I don't know how to better put that. It's gravity working against this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of snarling, and it's just dripping saliva, which is kind of bloody. And while you don't need to smell, you do catch a whiff of this thing. And it is disgusting. It is what the smell of rotting meat smells like, but like turned up to 1,000 with the sprinkle of New York sweaty, nasty subway smell and garbage. All of that hits you. And it's like, and it goes to bite you. Strength and athletics, or dex and athletics, however you want to play it.
Which one do you think I'm going for, darling? Okay, please. Do I have? I don't have any. Yeah. Okay. Rouse would be helpful here, correct? Be the
If you
strength.
rouse because you're going into a combat situation, your wits rouse will be gone. It will not hold.
I'm already at 2 as well. We're gonna hope that my blood shard ties will hold out, I guess. There we go.
Good job. You managed to just not. It's not a punch. It's more like you just reach
I grab
up
his face.
and mug this thing, and it can't hold on to you because it is very quickly realized by both it and you that you are far stronger than this thing, even though it grabbed you up with relative ease. You are still way stronger than it. And it just kind of goes and drops you.
I like to hope I land on my feet.
You do. Easy.
Okay.
I mean, given your stats, you do. And you hear someone go, Mug Chomp! Mug Chomp, you can't just start grabbing people like that. And you hear,
That sounds
Mug
not
Chomp.
good.
And the figure sort of just drops off of the ceiling and just goes crawling towards this voice. And you see an older man, grayish beard, short, kinky gray hair. Looks like a older black man, kind of chubby, but clearly kindred. Because he is not hiding his fangs at all. And his fingernails have kind of grown out to be almost like claw-like. And he's sort of leaning on the cane. He's like, Mug Chomp, listen, we got to learn to be good to our guests. I'm assuming y'all are guests, right?
Yep, we're just passing
Yes.
through, honestly.
Oh, that's fantastic. I ain't seen guests in so long. Oh, Lord, yes. My name's Freddie. This is Muck Chomp. Muck Chomp, say hi. Ah!
We've met.
I sincerely apologize for that. He gets a little bit
Agitated?
so
Hungry?
what are y'all doing out here by chance?
We're looking for someone.
Y'all like
who
chess?
Seems to have found themselves.
I play checkers.
Oh, that's a Chump's game.
Delroy rolls in his grave.
Pour one out for Delroy.
Absolutely not. He ain't one of my ancestors.
Damn.
I've liked playing chess.
That's great. We should play sometime. Hey, you look familiar, dude.
Absolutely.
Are you on one of them cartoons or something?
Cartoon?
I ain't watched the televisions in a long time. You on them billboards.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one of my billboards is like out right in Times Square. those valet guys gonna be like, oh, later.
Are you from the church? I heard you were a Baptist.
No, my last name is Baptiste.
Oh. So your family is from the church. Got it.
Not exactly. Baptiste is my last name. my slave owner's last name.
Is that French? Oui, oui, mon chéri.
It is.
Now, y'all are all too pretty to be walking around in the sewers. He even looks at Paco. He's like, that includes you, Birdie.
Okay.
Paco gets a little taller, spreads out the tail again.
Could say the same about you.
Muck Chomp, no, you don't look at it. And it is not a chicken. It is not a chicken.
Delroy once again rolls around.
Now, did the Nazis come after y'all? No nose come see you?
No, but we are on our way to see them.
Oh, you looking for the nasty Nazis? I mean, we get
Well-
along mostly. Obviously, me and Monk Chop are great friends, right, Monk Chop?
Well, we're looking for somebody that they're harboring.
White lady smells like one of them fancy candles and
Blonde ass
a
bitch.
yoga studio.
Yeah. You can tell that she doesn't wash her legs.
I can't talk about nobody washing anything, honestly.
Sure you can.
Definitely can't. I'm glad I don't have to smell things. I just choose to. Y'all smell pretty.
Thank you. Is he also a Nas? What? Or
He
no?
steps forward a little bit into a little bit more brighter light. And I think Serenity and Aurelia noticed this before anybody else. His cane is not just a cane, it is a walking stick. This man is blind.
Mm.
He's a vampire, but he's blind. And you get the vibe that between him and Muck Chomp, that Muck Chomp is his eyes.
Sure, senseless probably something like
His seeing eye Nas.
that. Pretty much.
And Muck Chomp, you also get the vibe that someone took advantage of someone when they embraced Muck Chomp. Muck Chomp is not the type of person that you take and turn into a vampire. Put it like that.
Oh my god, that's a person? I'm so sorry. I've been misinterpreting it this whole time. I thought it was like a famulous.
No.
Mm.
Muck Chomp is a Nosferatu.
Okay.
Went a little feral.
You don't think it is someone that went
Feral.
feral.
Oh.
think
They
someone-
took advantage of somebody who couldn't defend
Under-
themselves.
Mhm. And you get the vibe that this person, Fred, does care about this Nosferatu. They are in a mutually beneficial relationship. You get the idea of.
Yeah.
And he goes to y'all and he's like, yeah, I know her. So, I mean, I know where she is, but she's not going to be easy to get to. I could show you. Well, me and Muckchomp can.
Would it put you into any danger to show us?
And both him and Muckchomp are standing there looking straight at you. And then they're not.
Impressive.
and then they reappear again.
You can do that while people are looking at you. Wow.
Spend enough time hiding in the shadows, you become the shadows. Not quite like one of them.
La Sombra.
Oh, that's what they're called. I thought they were La Bambas, like the song. I
No.
thought that's what the song was about. La 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 bamba.
La
La la la la
Sombra
la la
also.
bamba.
Well, Sombra is a Spanish word for shadow, so I'm assuming someone went with that theme.
So what's the Spanish word for La Bamba?
I don't know. I don't. I have to think about that one.
Okay.
I mean, Bruja is Spanish for witch, so I'm kind of confused who named the Bruja.
You don't seem like a witch to me.
No.
Mugchomp don't eat witches. Mugchomp got a thing against witches, I think.
Fair enough, Mugchomp.
Aurelio takes a step back.
Y'all ain't in no danger. Mugchomp's got y'all back. Mugchomp got
More so
back.
at the comment of witches than anything else.
Mugchomp, you can use your words more often with these people. They all right.
So is Mugchomp standing or like where like you
fours.
seen all fours?
Yep.
I probably just sit down in front of him like, I think we can work it out. Yeah, bud.
I love him, to be honest. I love him.
He has earned a spot on the protection squad.
Yeah.
Gang, respectfully, we should probably keep moving.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to.
true.
So,
Y'all are a
Freddie,
gang?
if you could show us.
Not really. That's just a
It's
slang
just a turn
thing.
of phrase.
I mean, I've known some ganger bangers in my time.
How long's your time?
It's like somebody got to watch. What day is it?
I get the
Out of
date.
character. I don't know.
Are we going with the actual day? We never actually asked this
No,
question.
it doesn't matter. He goes, I'm about 212, I think.
Damn.
212, really?
Freddie, if you could show us to where the blonde woman is, I would appreciate it. We would appreciate it.
I can get you close, but you're going to have to talk to Olivia's people.
Of course.
See the big boss lady down here. She's been, all things considered, rather kind to me, even when No Nose is being a little bit disrespectful.
I remember her when she was human. We never really met, but I did go to a couple of her shows when she was in theater. Very talented.
Apparently, they say she was stunning. I can't see her, obviously, but yeah, let's go. Mugchomp, let's lead the way. All right.
As I emerge, I'll take a
Mugchomp lead.
As I take a step back forward from having taken that step back, I just quietly ask, do you get a lot of witches coming through here?
He looks at Mugchomp, and Mugchomp looks back at him, and they go, eh? He goes, I honestly don't know what a witch is. I know up north they used to do burn-ins, but I don't really think that was a real thing, right? Like, I think they just hated the ladies. Freddie here ain't never been one to hate the ladies.
Okay.
Is that what a witch is?
Thanks.
You know something that I don't know?
I just heard you say that Monk Chop doesn't eat witches, so I figured there may be more to that.
Yeah, I think Muck Chop is just really picky eater.
Okay.
He also don't eat rats that eat pizza. He said there's too much carbs. Muck Chop hate carbs.
Like protein?
Protein.
As we're walking.
And it doesn't take y'all long before y'all get to, well, the aptly named No-Nos. And it goes, I already see you and I smell you, Fred. Fred stops and he like, hey, this y'all show now. I'm not gonna deal with that Muck Chop, me and him.
Don't worry, we got it from here.
Yeah. Thank you, Freddie, and thank you, Monk Chop.
Yeah, good luck with the cracker lady. Is that a word we're supposed to say nowadays?
You can, by all means.
Yeah, it's fine.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You too.
I'll see if
Good
we can hit you up
night.
for a game of chess before we leave the city.
Muck Chop say night night.
Oh, he's so cute.
You hear them walk off and all right, who are you?
Is this the same person that I saw
Same
Amber
person
talking
you
to?
saw through her.
Did
her
she
eyes.
mention a name before? Was their name mentioned? Okay. Hi, I'm Katara Baptiste. I'm here to see Amber.
I don't know no Amber.
Don't lie to me, sweetie. I know that you talked to her earlier and you led her down here.
And he sort of walks towards you, kicks the hood off. So you see his full grotesque face, and he looks you straight in the eye and he says, I don't know an Amber.
Blonde woman, freckles, stank attitude.
The only stank attitude I see right now is yours.
Guess you haven't looked in a mirror lately and saw your own attitude. If you don't want to cooperate, that's perfectly fine.
Cooperate on what?
Taking me to where Amber is. I know that she's down here.
I know that you are in no place to be giving anybody orders.
That is true.
And you just hear Gabriella in the background like, he smells like that.
Oh my God, Gabby, really?
He does.
It doesn't matter. You don't say these things out loud, do you?
You just told him that, I'm not going to whisper no more. You told him that he is supposed to do what you're going to tell him to do. And you just walked up on some dude with no nose, smells like ass butter. And now you want to be like, oh, now that you have to be nice to him. You called him a liar. It was like 3 seconds out of your mouth.
I didn't say you had to be nice to him, but you also don't have to comment on people's smells.
He's like, I'm standing right here. I'm not insulted. Ass butter is actually one of the better ones that I've heard recently.
Do I see any body art or piercings on them?
Yes. He has several piercings actually throughout the ears. His ears are very oddly shaped. One is basically almost attached to his head, which is sort of bulbous and misshapen. but it has a piercing at the lobe. The other ear is sort of longish, extended, almost like the stereotypical Nosferatu bat-like ear, and that one has several piercings on it. But it does look like it's got like a chunk bitten out of it. Best way, maybe one of the piercings were ripped out and you just never cared to heal it, or maybe didn't heal properly. Who knows? And there's not, I would call it a nose piercing, but it's not a nose. It's more like a piercing through the cartilage that's left there in the middle of his face. So you see a piercing throughout. It's gross looking.
So while this this conversation between Gabby and Couture is happening, I'll just kind of comment, just point them out, be like, you know, acknowledge them. Nice work. Like I like what you've done with the face.
His eyes sort of cut towards you and he goes, "Is that a compliment or an insult?"
Whichever one will land better for you. But I'm just it looks good. Looks familiar. Is that from I don't know why I always want to say Lady Eden. Edith. Edith.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time that you went to go see? Or maybe she popped up here?
You know, the painted lady.
Oh, honey. Very well. We go way back. Can't you tell? And I'll turn around and show off. Maybe I'll drop, you know, the catsuit there and kind of look over the shoulder a little bit, you know, give him one of those.
A bit of ass cleavage showing.
He looks at you for a moment.
All the studs throughout the tattoo kind of glisten in the sewage glow.
Oh my God.
And he notices that you don't look at him with the disgust. It's sort of like, not necessarily that anyone else is like intentionally trying to do. And probably the only reason you don't look at him with the disgust, because he kind of, in his own way, looks kind of like Edith.
And Belladonna.
Exactly. She did good work on you.
Thanks. I mean, it took a long time, but yeah, I'm glad for it. She's very important to me. A lot of Nas are very important to me. I'm very close with several back where we're coming from.
I was honestly looking at you. You don't look like you spend a lot of time around Nosferatu. No offense.
Oh, you'd be very surprised. No offense taken. It's everybody else's loss, really, for those who don't. But we are looking for Amber, as Katura has said, for various reasons, including some terrible things that we've heard that have affected folks back where we are coming from, including some of our Nas.
And he goes again. I don't know Amber.
I don't know what name she might be going by here, but I don't know if the description that was shared with you.
I don't know Amber. Sort of does a thing with his head. Do you understand me?
I got you. Sorry to bother you. We'll continue on our way. We don't want to take up too much more of your time.
Stop. I'll get Olivia. Be right back. Wait here.
Of course.
He turns around, puts the hood back up, and walks away.
Sorry, this is a different person, right? This was not Fred.
No, this
No,
was not
Freddie
Fred.
left.
This was No Nose. At least that's what y'all know him as.
No nos. Okay. I feel like I might be taking a big risk here. I kind of want to do shared senses.
A bigger risk than I'm gonna do a Marvel move on top of this railing. A bigger move, a riskier move than that.
Listen, I said we don't talk about what happened before.
I'm gonna jump up on this railing and do. I'm gonna jump up on this railing and do a one high kick.
I'm gonna coyote ugly on this parking garage barrier. Yeah, I would like to. No, I'm gonna trust him. And I'm not gonna use my power.
Cool. Are y'all having any conversation in the meantime?
So I just have what are we saying to get this lady to turn over her apparent friend? Or are we taking out the leader of the Nas that everybody we've spoken to says is actually a pretty decent person?
I don't see a reason to go that far.
I agree.
What price are we willing to pay? Because she might be able to. She might put a price on it. Is it one we're willing to pay?
Depends on what the price is. If it's money, I have no problem.
If it's not,
But I think knowing what Amber has done, making certain people disappear, including Nas, might not sit so well with her friend.
we're gonna
Who
hope.
she's clearly only using. We'll just have to see what happens. Like everything else that we get ourselves into.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page and not trying to take out the entire,
Nosferatu
Nas
population
system
down here.
here. Yeah. Which
I
wouldn't end well
think-
for us, let's be real.
Yeah, well,
We
I couldn't
only
accept
came
that.
here. You couldn't accept it? Is that what you said?
No, I probably couldn't set foot back in Philly if we do. Belladonna would never. Yeah, I couldn't.
I also think that we told the prince we were only here for one person. If we end up murdering more than one person, that would cause problems for us.
well, are these Nos with the camera or not? Because that might also have a say in it. If we tell them the
It
prince said we
doesn't-
got their
It
food.
doesn't matter because they are still under her purview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still her city.
We already have me glowing as a possible issue. Let's not add multiple murders to that.
Yeah.
I wasn't
First off-
suggesting murdering them. I was suggesting saying we have okay from the prince to kill her.
I will say that it is very common knowledge, much like every city, that the Nosferatu tend to be very much independent. Hard to be an information broker clan when you're taking sides.
I was gonna make a comment. Yeah, we have Aurelius Marvel movie to worry.
Time goes by. 10 minutes. 20. Half hour.
God damn it.
How long do you wait before you decide to make a move?
Is
Half hour's
the-
gone by.
I should have fucking done it. Ugh.
Is the unerring pursuit or whatever still active?
It is still active.
are they moving her?
Let me check the language of it because I think I might have to be looking at a reflective surface.
Somebody's got a compact mirror somewhere.
Fair.
Oh no, I can just cut. What?
Juice.
I can just I could just concentrate on her and know where she is.
Well, that's cool too.
I think I was mistaking. There's language in there about reflective surfaces, whereas like if they look in a reflective surface, they can see me like over their shoulder, basically.
Yep.
So yeah.
So Amber's still in the same room. Olivia is not. Amber has her goons who look antsy. One of them's like, "We get paid by the hour, you know. I'm just letting you know." She's like, "Of course I know. You've said it like a dozen times already. Your boss will make sure you get paid because your boss has been paid. Now do your job and shut the fuck up, please." Whatever you say, lady, we still getting paid.
Okay, I'm gonna make an even riskier move because I had such a tremendous success sending her down beneath the stadium. She is eligible to be summoned by me. I would
Using
like
what
to
power?
bring her to me using summon.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, I'm nervous. Oof. Okay.
Yeah, you mean to tell me we could have just stayed in the hotel and just kidding.
Well, there's a roll involved, so it's probably better that she's closer.
Yeah. And she could resist.
Yeah.
Rouse check. Okay.
Success.
It's so dramatic.
Yep. Oh, she'll know that I'm calling her to me.
Yes, she will.
And she'll know that we're here.
I think she already knows we're here.
Yeah. Oh, she knows it. Yeah, she's being followed. Anyone summon?
She knows someone's after her. She doesn't know who's after her. But please make that roll. Should you want to do that? I love this, honestly.
Oh, it's only guaranteed to work on a critical win. They could choose not to heed it otherwise. Fuck it. I said it. I'm doing it. This is manipulation and presence. And I can rouse something
Liz, are you
to
about
add
to do what I
dice.
think you're gonna do?
I'm not. I actually had a question for you.
Oh, okay. For me?
Yeah. Or in
Yeah,
general.
if you want to rouse your
Manipulation. Nope.
Yeah, manipulation.
Oh, no, it's
yeah.
Because it's not an attribute, right? You can only rouse attributes, or can you rouse skills? Oh, manipulation is an attribute. Okay.
Manipulation is an attribute. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I hate that I take so long with these things.
It's fine. This is a big roll.
Okay. So that's 2 more, yeah?
Yeah. 2 more to your manipulation.
Presence. My presence is 4. Okay. And I'm going to roll 2 more dice after this.
Yeah, because I know it won't let you add but a certain amount.
Okay.
So there's 5 successes. No crits though. Six successes. And that is they have to beat that with their
composure and intelligence.
Composure and int.
As I'm focusing for these 5 minutes, I'm asking the group, anything y'all can do to make this a little bit more likely to be. This is a critical move I'm making. Can anyone help make it more successful?
I'm playing on my keyboard.
All right. Well, Amber.
Like, I need to do this at any cost. Can you help me?
And if it gave crits, I would, but it just gives successes.
It turns it
Sadly.
into a messy crit, correct?
Yeah, it does turn it into a messy crit.
What the fuck was that?
You put the number of dice in the name of the roll.
Yeah,
Ah,
you did what I did last week.
Yep. You're right. I noticed it as soon as I saw that. All right, there we go.
She doesn't fail.
Excellent,
baby.
This is even better. So,
she shows up, but she's not happy about it.
Katura, you hear this because you're, in her head or what have you. It's like, oh my God, get the fuck out of my head. Stop messing with me, you dirty bitch.
Ooh, she just called you a dirty. I look at her really like, she just called you a dirty bitch. She knows you're messing with her.
And she gets up and she's like, fuck, stop. And then like the guard sort of looks at her, she's like, lady, what are you talking about? She's just kind of like kicks back the chair. She's like, let the fucking go. So fucking annoying.
She's throwing a temper tantrum. It's so annoying.
It's like, come on, gotta come do what
Can
you're
Gabs
paid
and I
for.
get a side by side so that we can both grab her at the same time when she comes out?
I'll just look at Couture. What
There's
she says,
not
like,
really
she
a good
called me.
place to that because it's a wide space that you're in.
Okay.
Subway tunnel.
I do have Cloak of Shadows, but that would require, like, she wouldn't see me coming.
And shortly after you watch this, you know she's coming. Both you, Aurelio, and you, Katura, know she's coming. And her annoyed guards are coming as well.
I'll give you a wink, Couture, and I'll just say, like, it's okay. She can call me whatever she wants, but she's getting a taste of her own medicine and what it's like to call on the manager.
Yeah, for her, what this is like, it is like you constantly tell her she has to be there. Like, this is like a party you can't miss. It is like just a constant, like, it's like an advertisement playing in your head over and over again, but you can't get rid of it and you have to come because the full of it. It is the worst thing.
When you leave your alarm on the other side of the room and you have to get up to turn it off.
It's like that. That is an excellent example. It doesn't go on snooze. It doesn't stop. Every 5 minutes, it's going off. Except it's not every 5 minutes. This one just doesn't stop. And that's why she got up and left. Because obviously her willpower is not strong enough based on the rolls I just made. But before that happens, No-Nos and Olivia show up. And Olivia's like, tall, again, elegant. She's wearing a beautiful dress. And she holds herself with the confidence of someone who is in charge, but it's not like I have to flex that I'm in charge. And she goes, "You're here for Miss Freeman, if I'm not mistaken."
What is her last name?
Johansson.
Johansson. Okay. Yes, we are Mr. Hanson. And let me just say, your presence now is has the same vibes as when you were on the stage before.
Thank you. Miss Baptiste, I am aware of the situation that has happened with Miss Freeman and your friend, Ward, what have you. She looks at Serenity. However, I've known Miss Freeman for quite a while, and to release her to death will be a difficult charge for me.
That's understandable. Are you aware of her other activities?
And she looks at you and says, "What do you mean by other activities?"
Kidnapping people to use for experimentation?
Kindred specifically.
Do you have evidence of this?
We can get the Kaji.
Out of character, do I have like notes about this, like in the same doc I had for Mortius? Was that in there?
You only have for Mortius because Mortius is the only one you've actually seen do this.
Okay, I was just wondering because we know that they were working together, and I couldn't remember.
There is notes about her working with him. That is in your dossier, but it does not say that she actually did any of this.
Are you aware of a Dr. James Howitt? Mortius to some.
Mortius. Dr. Death. That's what they've called him.
Yes. She has worked with him. She worked with him and assisted him with his experiments.
It involves turning Kindred to ash and ingesting it.
Yes.
Again, so far, you're telling me things that you have not,
of course,
or do not have any way to prove.
That is very true. We don't have actual evidence.
And you want me to release her to you, to kill her. On your words here.
Does Mortius have a phone?
We could say
we
yes.
could always call the house. We could that, or we could call the house. He's still there.
There is no house phone. Who has house phones?
Oscar would have a landline. Come on now.
No, but
it's also not his house.
I thought some of those houses had like the thing we could call on the screen on the fridge or something. I don't know.
Oh. I mean, I could call Dr. Mortius. And you can speak to him.
And you would have. Wait. Why would I be able to call Dr. Mortius?
I have his number.
But he's still alive.
He's a Methuselah.
So we start at the bottom of the chain, is what you're saying.
Started from the bottom.
I don't get this.
We don't have any evidence on us. This is true. But is this something, just something to think about? We know that you go way back. You're saying that you have a relationship with her. Are you willing to risk the safety of your people here if she were to start engaging these same practices in your house?
I don't know if she did these practices that you bring up in the first place. You don't have any evidence
right.
of it. I know her. I don't know you. That is not to disparage any of you.
That's
Let's
very
ask her.
understandable.
Let's ask her herself.
And you hear no-nos go, I don't know Amber Freeman. Oh, God. This is what happens when you put spells on people. I hate the fucking Tremere. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Lost my temper there for a moment. It's just been a very
Apologies needed.
odd situation that we've been going through recently. And this was
Unrelated to this right now?
yes,
Hmm.
not your problem. She sort of turns her head. And you see No-Nos go turn his head a little bit too. And please go check that out. And No-Nos just sort of kind of like slinks away, just tats across the ground. And it only takes maybe 30 seconds or so after No-Nos walks away for you here. I told you I have to fucking walk over there. Can't stop myself. It's like a fucking buzzing in my head. Ah.
God.
And before you know it, she shows up. She's like, fucking shoes are dirty. She knew I should have brought flip-flops.
Ew. Oh my God.
She definitely doesn't
Out of
wash her
character.
legs.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't his old sneakers make more sense? Like, what the hell? Your feet are close to
Okay.
the ground that way.
Flip flops. Oh my, you know she that bitch that wears flip flops at the airport.
Well, germs too.
But here comes Amber with her 4 guards. It's like, of course it's fucking you. I'm so glad it's stopped now. What do you want?
How was the stadium?
The stadium? Do you think I'm stupid?
You don't want me to answer that.
Amber, what is this? Who are these people and why are they saying something about you and Ash? And oh, go ahead.
I just, you know what? I'll chime in afterwards after she says what she's going to say.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They seemed very convinced that you're working with a Dr. Mortius, who apparently they're working with now.
No, we're not working with him.
We just have contact with him.
You have him on speed dial, so
Having somebody's number doesn't mean you're working with them. I have numbers for plenty of people that I don't work with.
Well, you know he could be a hostage.
you did not put it in a position that he was a hostage. Your response was actually, he's a Methuselah.
Can that not all be correct?
I'm fairly certain I haven't been around the longest, but I've been around for a while. That a Methuselah would not be the type to just be taken hostage.
Yeah, let's not. He hasn't been taking hostage, but we aren't working with him. Or for him, for that matter. Not everybody
We
here
just
can
know
say the
where he
same.
is.
Olivia, I don't understand why you're listening to them. It seems like a waste of fucking time. I don't know why you're here. You were supposed to be under protection. Yes, ma'am, she was
How?
supposed to be under protection. And she says something about being called here by some bitch. Are you making fun of me? How dare you? I'll report this to your boss.
What's your name? The one who was like, who said something?
Mine? Gregory.
Gregory. And who is your boss?
That's confidential.
Oh, I was just going to say that, she'll report you to your boss, but I'll make sure you get a glowing review. You're just doing your job.
We don't really work off reviews, but I appreciate the compliment, ma'am.
No problem.
Are I'm assuming the bodyguards are at very least ghouls, if not kindred.
They're kindred.
They're kindred.
Yeah.
Okay. How much distance is between the two groups? Or are we like 5 feet?
She just has to be within like a 30-foot range for this to stop. But because she is essentially where she's been summoned to. So there's some distance. And it's very intentional because they know that Kendrick can cover spaces very fast. Olivia is actually very close to y'all. She does not seem to be intimidated, but she is confused by this whole situation. You're getting that vibe without an insight check that she doesn't understand all of the dynamics that are going on here.
No, her friend came by and she just took her word for it without asking any questions.
I'll follow up on the summons and mesmerize her.
You can try.
Certainly
I will-
try with the natural
use-
leader right there.
I will use mesmerize, and I will say to Olivia and be like, we have ways of helping you understand what we're saying. Of course, with the benefit of some aid. And so please, just give me a moment. And I'll invoke mesmerize and try to use that and ask her, Amber, don't you trust your friend to share the truth about why you're really here and what you've been doing since you last saw each other?
Make that roll. Aurelio, you're playing with fire, both metaphorically and literally. I like it. Let's see this roll. Let's see this roll.
And my manipulation is still roused, so I get 2 more after this.
Yep.
Why is that a
2, 3,
rise?
4, 5, 6, 7,
Why didn't you rouse
That-
again? Did
That's
you-
the additional dice from having roused my manipulation earlier. I can
Oh,
only
okay, gotcha.
it just yeah, you can only do up to 5. So that's 9 successes.
9 successes, and it is a messy critical. So there's going to be a couple of things that happens here. What are you telling her to do?
To be honest and share with Olivia the truth about her involvement with the Ash Finders.
Cool. When you do this, she starts to talk and she says, yeah, I worked with Dr. Mortius. I've been working with him for several years, yada, yada, yada. And then literally, it feels like it's out of fucking nowhere. One of these men who were there, guards, just roars and drops down to all fours. His skin thickens and grays. The armor that he's wearing just pops off of his person. His face elongates with a tusk coming up out of his nose. And he charges right at you, Aurelio. Full speed of a rhinoceros. Please make me a Dex and Athletics roll.
Sure. Just gonna go great.
Amber is still talking while this is happening. It's like she never stops talking. And Olivia's listening.
Would
Shit.
I wouldn't be able to move fast enough to even at least push Aurelia out of the way.
Do you have
right?
celerity?
I
Anything
do.
celerity?
I have blink. I haven't activated it yet, but if I could activate it, I could.
which way are the shadows going? Because you said there was light down here. You said there was a lot of light down here. Which way are the shadows going?
There's a lot of like, you know, I won't say a lot of light like this is a bright tunnel. It's more like the lights that you see when you're going through the subway, like the little side lamps that are going on. There's not enough to really cast a lot of shadow outside of just under them.
I can
You can still see shadow.
I can see shadow.
Do you need a lot of shadow? Or darkness?
No, I need
Okay.
shadow, and I need to be able to just get my shadow facing away from me.
Okay. I was gonna say I can use Stygian Shroud if you need it. Some darkness.
Oh,
So
it was nice playing with
what
everybody.
because I have an idea. However, that might just transfer to me here in a second.
It's only 5
If I get this
successes,
wrong.
even though it was a crit.
That's
Basically what I'm trying to do is what I want to do anyway is Umbrious Clutch, suck it down into its own shadow, and instead of having it coming at me, have it going away from me out of my shadow. Basically Looney Tunes door this bitch.
What's the roll for this?
This is dexterity wits oblivion versus dexterity wits.
So it would not happen in time. It could happen after this hit lands. I'll give you that. Because at that point, you've already noticed enough to do it. But a rhino charging, preparing this ability to basically go, now you're thinking with portals with this thing. You're not going to have time for this.
Makes sense.
Aurelio, you're going to take. So we have this. You're going to do 5. There's 2. So 7. 4 superficial damage.
Okay. That's not too bad.
It's not aggravated, but you basically, instead of getting gorged, you get yeeted. That's essentially what happens. So Aurelio, you just go flying.
So, question: what does a slash mean, and what does it mean when it's filled in?
Slash means superficial. The X is aggravated.
So I only have 4 health, and I got the soup. I clicked on all 4 of them, and like stuff highlighted on my sheet, and there's like
you're having dice. It's like dice penalties.
You're taking dice penalties now.
Okay, I don't know what that means. It's like the lifeline or whatever, the heart monitor line.
Essentially, it means that if you keep getting hurt now, you're going to die.
I thought it was just
Because
cool.
once you get to at that much superficial, you're hurt, but you're okay. Any additional damage will go to aggravated, and if you take 4 aggravated damage, then
sayonara.
Night.
Cool.
Actually, question about that, because I never got that cleared up. So if you hit your full meter at 6 health, you're dead.
Yes.
That's not torpor. That's dead.
That is not torpor. You are dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, if it makes you feel any better, Juice, that's where I was just 2 sessions ago. I was.
So what you see is a rhino just charge, and it tries to gore you and take you up with the tusk, but it doesn't quite happen. You are a matador.
Yep.
And even after the thing coming fast, your instincts are still there, Aurelio.
Mm-hmm.
But you do get caught with like basically getting shoulder checked by a rhinoceros, which is not the same as dealing with a bull. And you go flying. You take about 20 feet flying into the air, and your back hits one of the walls in here, and you hear a nice solid crunching sound. And the other guards, they don't move. They look prepared. One of them has a gun in hand. The other is just like, can we not, please?
Can we not what?
Mind control people. We are here to protect Miss Freeman. Any attempts to manipulate her mind or body will be met with deadly force. It's nothing personal.
Understood. We just wanted to help her clear the air, since she seemed to have a hard time telling the truth herself.
She's like, your truths, my truths, it doesn't fucking matter. You're just coming to my friend's house and then trying to kill me. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Go fucking find Mortius. He's the one who did all of this shit.
We did.
He messed with my head too. You think that's cool?
Sure.
And Olivia's like, you snorted vampire's ashes?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it's not exactly what you think, but it's kind of like that.
So what is it?
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking to my friend right now. And Olivia actually does look at you and just like, I did. But you don't understand. When you returned, you had power. You just immediately, you blended with the shadows. You could fight. You were strong. You were powerful. And Olivia's like, but I also was a monster. Look at me. Fucking look, Amber. You get to live a normal life. You could have gone back to normal. You can walk in the fucking sunlight. But I'll never be like you unless I take it. You took power. You understand how to take power. I did what I had to do. And then what I was forced to do. So I don't want to hear any self-righteous bullshit from you. And No-Nose goes, I don't know any Amber Freeman. And Olivia's like, I'm leaving. And she's like, Olivia, don't leave, please. I need you. They're going to kill me. You can't let them kill me. And Olivia goes, I have ran these stores for years now, decades. You know how many people I've had to kill? None. You make choices. Some of them compelled, some of them not. But choosing to let someone die or to kill them yourself, well, now you've made me make that choice. She turns around and walks away. For the sake of expediency, despite having a rhino on their side,
We have a Serenity.
you have a
Hey!
Serenity.
We have a Paco. We just sent
I-
Paco in.
Unless you really want to get into the nitty gritty
of
of using these powers and everything and going through the combat step by step, y'all are going to fuck these people up.
No, yeah, me and Gaz are fighting back to back. Like,
And Amber does have some powers, but it is not enough. She's been too long away from having Ash at this point to have kept a lot of the powers. And after that mesmerize, she's kind of fucked up. So how do you want to do this?
can I break her jaw so she can't talk anymore?
Absolutely.
I just want to rip her fucking heart out.
Oh yeah, I just make her stop talking.
Yeah. Fist of Cain, you fucking knock her jaw out of socket, taking a little bit off your punch. And she's like, I just want to be like you.
Oh my gosh.
I
shut the
didn't
fuck
even
up.
want to be like me.
No, I just want to be like you. God. I steal her phone and her password to her Instagram. Just kidding.
Please.
Yeah, I'm on
You
the
have a
ground.
lot of
her
power,
forward.
but you ain't got that many powers.
I
I'm nearly
delete her
lifeless on-
Instagram account. Sorry, go ahead. Jason.
No, it's okay. It's okay. While you're doing that, I am like zombie crawling back to the group through the sewage.
Are we in the
with my-
sewers or in the tunnel?
We're not in the
It-
sewer.
we're
It's
in a
just
s- we're in a
dirty,
subway
gross
tunnel.
in the subway tunnel.
Whatever.
It's subway tunnel
Hip broken,
grime.
hip broken
Not-
once again because of Amber.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever's on the
right.
ground is not important. Point is, zombie crawling back to the group with one arm and the other one with my phone up filming the demise of Amber Freeman.
Whoa, stop!
Make sure that's encrypted.
Bloodstar. That's the vampire version of World Star.
Oh right, we talked about this. Yeah.
Bloodstar hip
remembering.
hop. Yeah. I think I just she gives a I just want to be like you. And it's like, and I just say, shut the fuck up, bitch. And I rip her head off her neck.
Yeah. And it happens. And unfortunately for her, like the rest of these kindred that you've ended, which will absolutely have no consequences to doing that, she does not immediately turn into it. They did. She does not. So you have a head in your hand, essentially, with a broken jaw.
Is it still possible to like eat her?
Yes, it is.
Well, at this point, I get close enough and I start.
Question for you. Do you have Iron Gullet?
Nope.
Wonderful.
They're gonna suck for you, is what I'm hearing.
I'm
This
aware.
Eating from Becky, I literally can't remember her real name anymore. It's like
Amber.
Gab's going. It's like Gab's going to Applebee's. This is your version of Applebee's.
I know. I'm also like I'm dying at 3 or 4 hunger. Yeah, and the other ones have turned to ash, so I'm going a little feral at this point.
Honestly, there's no roll that you're going to have to make here. But you've tasted other vampire blood before. This is like if vampire blood. You ever had Kool-Aid that people forget to add sugar to? Like they just add a sprinkling to it, and it's just like nasty colored water. That's essentially what you're drinking.
Well,
we all know what people make Kool-Aid that way.
I have to say it.
At the school, I did the taste for blood, or somewhere I did the taste for blood, where I chose not to drink from that person because of all of the ash that was in their system. So I know what to expect, kind of going into it, thinking, okay, she's been away from it for some time. I don't know how long, but maybe it's going to be a little more diluted. I don't know. So I'm just still going in for it.
Yeah. The ash is worn off for her. She did not get a chance to really use any or turn anyone because she basically bailed on her New York apartment or hotel because, well, paying that bill might have been a little bit of expenses if she had to deal with that. Unfortunately, well, you know, this is how it goes. So you can drink this watery sort of thin blood taste. It's not the best.
It don't count as diablerie though, or does it?
It will not, because you cannot diablerize a thin blood.
Interesting. Does it reduce my hunger at all?
It does reduce your hunger. You can get down to 1 because you didn't actually kill her.
And I don't gain any kind of like special like powers or anything from this, right? Cool.
Unfortunately not. This is only slightly better than drinking a human.
For me, I'm like, this is unsweetened iced tea. That's how I'm describing it to myself.
Yep. And so you've managed to kill Amber Freeman. Are you going back to the hotel to spend the night?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going clubbing? Like, there's options.
Well, how much time is left?
I mean, we've been in sewer / the subway. We're not looking like we're clubbing.
No, you're not.
No, we're not.
Yeah. Serenity is like Serenity was in a sewer, then wasn't in a sewer, and they got saliva all over her. So Serenity's like rank.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. She didn't punch through some gangrels. Yeah, it's been a time. Like y'all had to fight a fucking rhino. Serenity was probably wrestling a rhino. That
Please, someone draw that. Please, someone draw that.
just fucking
please.
suplex a rhino like in Final Fantasy where they suplex a
I
train.
can and I would.
Serenity went Macho Man Randy Savage on this rhino.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
Anyway,
go down.
Serenity is more than willing to take targets that she can hit with the
Snap into a
consequences
Slim
not
Jim.
immediately known.
you make it back to the
Serenity
hotel.
Reenacted the cream of the crop promo as she falls.
It is very nice, but you'll realize you'll have to kindred proof this room. You know, blackout curtains ain't really gonna do it. However, Miss Baptiste, you did call in your special order for the room. And they did. They did they do the darkened film over the windows. That on top of blackout curtains should be fine, even if some fucking someone comes in to clean the room, which they won't. But should they do,
They won't.
they'd have to peel that off. Is there anything y'all want to do before you go to rest tonight? Y'all are all together. Y'all accomplished killing this thin bloat woman. What do we got? And y'all are in New York.
Shower.
Obviously, shower. I
Mostly
put
shower,
that.
relax.
Also, I did steal her phone for the record.
That's fine.
Not gonna matter too much later. In terms of her Instagram account. I wanted to pull aside Aurelio.
Cool.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Washing the blood out of my hair. Yeah, what's up?
You have a library of people's stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take digital or written submissions? Like if I did put it on a DVD, would you take that, or does it need to be written for security purposes? Either way.
Oh, interesting. A lot of the stuff that I have, I don't have like the records of the interviews. It's more so like I write down the interviews myself.
Oh, well, I got gifts for everybody and I didn't know what to give you. So I thought the only thing I could really give you is the story of my life, because that is something that I know interests you, because I'm wibbly wobbly timey wimey bullshit.
Yeah.
I did record
in
it
your
on
own
like
words.
yeah, I did kind of record it on a DVD thing. That was a bit more. I took the audio on a really old, what was it called? Fuck. Dad's got it for me. She has a bunch of old technology shit, and I basically had that put in a secure disc, and I wanted to give it to you, but I didn't know if you even had if that's how you take those.
I mean, I would gladly.
Cool, give me
Just
2
because,
seconds.
just because okay, sure.
I run back to my bag and I put it in probably an old, because I didn't want it to be super obvious. I put it in an old like DVD box from a really bad like Disney remake movie. and I because I didn't want it to be obvious. Here you go. That's everything up until this last couple weeks, I think. Probably needs to be updated. So I could give you the rest once you finish that, unless you want me to sell it all to you, which in case you can still have that anyway.
I mean, I'm fine with this as whatever means. And as we're having this conversation, it's kind of clicking in my head. I was like, I'm still using very outdated methods of like collecting this information. Maybe it's time to start thinking about different ways that.
Well, I did my best to
More
make it something that
vampires.
can't be like traced or uploaded or anything. Like that's why it's on a DVD, not on a hard drive or anything.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Because I know technology is weird, and I've already accidentally brought hell on us before. So.
Thank you for trusting me with this.
Yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to do it for a while because I think your library is cool.
It's pretty.
But we never really had we never really had a moment to sit down and talk about it, other than we should do that. And I'm like, well, now you have it. If anything else does happen.
Yeah. Well, you should come by and see more of it sometime. And maybe I can share a little bit more about my personal library at home too.
Cool.
Do you, either tonight or I don't know how much time we're going to be spending here, but I'll like point out some of the different like bars and clubs that I was like scoping out as we were driving around, and asked you feel like you might want to just go and like release some stress and just be like pretend to have a normal night.
I would love that, actually. I don't really get. I didn't get normal teen or early 20 years, so you know what? I'll take it where I can.
Yeah. Let me finish cleaning up here and let's see what the closest one is, and we'll just
Hang out for a while.
exist for the night.
Yes, exist. Hopefully, nothing. Yeah. And yeah.
And of course, I'll put on my fabulous going out outfit that I specifically packed for a moment like this.
Serenity packed like so she would probably let Aurelia dress her however Aurelia would so desire.
Excellent.
You look great just as you are.
Katura, Ari.
Am I invited? What the fuck? Just kidding.
We're just having this like moment in the mirror as I'm like washing the
I'm
hair
like,
out, but then I would eventually come to the group.
Can
Yes.
we come to?
A shadow animates in the bathroom, and Ari's like, "Me 3."
Yeah, I materialize from out of the Shadowlands. Like, if you don't invite me, I will kick you out of this hotel room, and you can't afford to stay anywhere else in this hotel.
Bruh. Wow.
And I open
Just
the door
kidding,
and walk out.
Just kidding. We stole the key to Amber's room. Just gonna stay there.
And Paco's just
probably
standing outside,
did.
like, "Me too."
Got a whole nother fancy ass room, key card, nobody in it, fully stocked bar for whatever that's worth for y'all.
Gas can drink it. That's probably
When
the
y'all
newest
bring
wine
back
she's ever had.
snacks. Oh, her and Paco. Yeah, they take the other. They
Oh,
take
yeah, that's
Amber's
where
room.
they're- yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I say I'll take Gabs. You know what? You can go ham on that mini fridge. It's not on my tab anyway.
Come on, mini bar.
Amazing. I think that's a great place for us to leave off and go out, unless Ari had something else, because we didn't get to hear from Ari.
No, nothing really. Ari is kind of trailing behind the group after already frying half a city block once this evening. She's like, I don't know if this is a great idea for me to be in any kind of club.
You want to just stay and probably drink with Gabs and Paco?
No, I should get out occasionally.
Did you have a question for me earlier? Is it
It's-
still relevant?
It is, but it's powers related, and we can talk about it. Ari's not going to
okay,
forget it. I
okay.
won't forget it. We're good.
Yeah. I would have also to Serenity event that casually sometime brought up like I kind of love what you taught me with this celerity stuff. I don't know if you're open to doing a little bit more training in that realm.
Absolutely. I'd love having a sparring partner.
Yeah. Okay. So we can work on that and figure out what that would entail. Make some like knowing that it's not going to be mutual. Like I can't give you any of mine.
You can get me
But we'll
someone
talk-
whose blood we know is edible.
Okay. Because I'd like to
Fantastic.
be able to dodge rhinoceroses a little more deftly.
Hey, you're a matador. You did pretty good considering.
Could somebody message Snake Eyes and let him know I'm still alive?
My phone's fried.
Uh,
Someone else do it,
Yeah,
please.
my bad.
Yeah, yes, I'm texting all the people that need to be texted.
And
And
one
Snake
more.
Eyes on some, hey, you should go out and have fun. Like,
Oh, we're already
Duh.
on it.
Ask him if he knows any rhinos.
Do you know any rhinos? this question.
I have no idea if
In New York.
that is a common thing to transform into, if he would have ever run across it.
I will,
but he's a
I will
gangrel.
I will clarify. Ran into a gangrel that turned into a rhino. Just wondering if that's normal.
So you get first is question mark, question mark, question mark. Then it's like, what the fuck? That's awesome.
It is.
Is it as awesome as this? And I'll if Ari permits, I'll can you be photographed?
No.
Fuck, never mind.
Yeah.
Not unless it's a very old camera, and even then.
No, even then. I have no reflection. It's part of the reason I don't dress up, because I don't know what I look like.
Yeah, I was gonna try and send that
That's
to
why I
Snapcast,
dress
but-
you.
Yes, I know.
Well, I
Well-
think you look
I
very
know what
pretty.
you look like.
Thank you.
It can't be as amazing as Ari, and Ari looks hot, so
Did Aurelia just take my phone?
I don't know. I figured we're like on the group chat or whatever. I don't know.
That would we do probably have a group chat with
We probably do have a group chat, but I'm not texting in the group chat. I texted Snake Eyes
Okay.
directly.
Okay,
because
oh, over time.
this is like a conversation between him and his wife. I just have to be the intermediary.
One day, one of these days, Oscar and I will hammer out this microtech, and I'll actually
Who's
be able
Oscar?
to use a phone.
Who the fuck is Oscar?
We can worry about it tomorrow.
Oscar's on some Mingo shit.
No, he's on some Dalroy shit, technically.
No, but yes,
Anyway.
you're saying-
Before this goes further
Going
off
by
the
order.
rails, we're gonna call this a night. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all as always. This was fun. I like this episode. Too bad for Amber. That's all I got.
Ain't am I
Too bad for
ain't am I gonna miss
Amber.
that bitch? Ain't am I gonna miss her?
That ironic ass last name.
So let's let the people tell you who they are and where you can find them. Juice.
I am Juice, no pronouns, just Juice. I have played Aurelio Valentin, the newest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can find me here playing this character in this game this night of every week. That's it. And Twitch and Twitter, the Juice DM.
Ivy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. You can find me usually just here for the most part. For tabletop RPG things on Philly by Night. I also do TikTok at IVM_57. I have a Twitter. There's a TikTok. There is a Ko-fi and an Amazon wish list should you choose to donate to any of those things to help me do more creative things with actual energy. I'm here. I'm queer. This has been Philly by Night.
Excellent.
I'm tired. Sorry. I'm off the rails too.
I understand. Fair.
Fair, and I've never been on the rails, but I have been Katura Baptiste, your Hurkata social media influencer. You can follow me on Twitter at Fairbear. Saturday afternoons, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find me over on D&D Jordan Lee's channel for Ampistrana, a homebrew D&D 5e campaign. We almost died today. It was great. And then Saturday nights I am here. Have some other stuff coming up, charity one-shots, and then other projects that haven't been announced yet. So just keep an eye on my socials because that's where you'll know what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Perfect. Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz, Fuzzy Slippers 05, wherever you want to find me. Mostly I'm here on Saturdays doing this. And then coming up next month, we should have something new and exciting starting every other Friday. So once that gets a little closer, I'll actually make an announcement, but soon. You could, yeah, that's it.
And I am Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice. That is where you can find me around the internet. Stuff. I'm doing stuff. Come see me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time for Wayward Revelry on my channel, twitch.tv/Temples and Dice. I am on a bunch of things. Just follow my Twitter. I don't feel like announcing all the things. I'm in a Fables game. I'm in a Good Society game that's coming up. That is going to be absolutely the best and worst things you've ever seen. If you thought Bridgerton was full of messy bitches, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, we take Bridgerton and we turn that shit to like a 15. Yeah, it's wild. And I'm sorry ahead of time for whatever you see in that show. I'm just letting you know I'm sorry.
He's not sorry.
And then a North by
He's
Northwest game, I'm not sorry in that one. I'm definitely not sorry because that was not my fault. That's not my fault.
You know what? I'm also in that game, and I'm not sorry, even though it was my fault.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna go rate someone, and we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, we'll have Oscar back for that one, cause yeah, we got some stuff going on with Oscar that needs to be settled.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. It did, yeah. Anyway,
Oscar will return just later.
We're gonna go and rate Persephoros. She's playing some Final Fantasy 6, 7, 6, 6, 6. Final Fantasy 6. I know my Roman numerals. Yeah, again. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend. And stop by my channel if you want to. Tomorrow morning, you know? That'd be cool. We out. Peace.
Bye.